the touchdown. Oh my, Queen Stevens with
A little bit more room. Hey, follow the football. Big man, scramble.
Action pass to him. He fires to the top. One-handed catch.
Buchanan Simons is open. Breaks the tackle. This is going to be a 70-yard touchdown. Buchanan Simons. Over the top, and that might be the most impressive interception all day. What a shoot!
Breaking through a tackle.
Oh no!
What a ridiculous sequence of events.
He's got Heath McDaniel Jr. inside the 10 to the 5. Touchdown, Carolina!
The kick is blocked from Zuderveld. It's loose.
How? What?
And welcome to Sim Football Pregame along with Mike St. Green. I'm Cameron Irvine, and we just are off the heels of a thrilling 29-10 victory for Charleston. And even though the score sounds lopsided, it was a very good game much of the way, Mike. And now we find out what all the quarterfinal matchups are going to be by the end of the day.
Yeah, Cam, great matchup here, contrasting styles, and we know about all the stars on both teams. Vancouver, you know, it's Tom Pepper and Robert Redford and Kendra Hall. For St. Louis, we know it's that great secondary, Peltier, Law, Douglas, Really, Winkler, and Warner. But I don't want to talk about those guys right now. We know about them. We know what they're going to bring to the table today. Vancouver, we're going to talk about the defense a little bit. Drew Hamilton, definitely a defensive MVP, defensive player of the year candidate over there for Vancouver. 9 interceptions, 122 tackles, and then you start talking about that great defensive line. Achilles Papatonis, 9.5 sacks, and his buddy on that line, Gerald Giudice, 9 sacks of his own. We're going to see what they can do to slow down this very balanced St. Louis offense. And this will surprise you about St. Louis a little bit. It definitely surprised me. And looking at these numbers, Christian Brown swinging. Christian Brown, as I love to call him. I love that sidearm delivery he has when he gets things rolling. But let's look at his receiving corps: Eagle Mondavi, Paul Dillevaux, and Phil Koss. Eagle Mondavi, 94 receptions. Paul Dillevaux, 96 receptions. Both have 7 touchdowns each, and then when you add in the tight end, Phil Koss, he's a big target of it in his own right, 7 touchdowns of his own, and I'm looking forward to this matchup all the way around. We should see great defense, great offense. It should be an interesting matchup.
Lots of top play. Vancouver, number 1 in total offense, number 1 in passing offense. St. Louis, number 1 in total defense, and they're pretty good against the pass, too. It's St. Louis and Vancouver. I'll see you at Canada Field after this commercial break with Wade Phillips, Hattori Hanzo, and who do we got on stats? Who is that? Mark Lopez, of course. Get your bingo cards ready. We'll see you after the break. Welcome to Vancouver, Canada for tonight's finale of Wild Card Weekend. It's the 12th seeded St. Louis Gladiators against the 5 seed Vancouver Legion from Canada Field. Alongside Hattori Hanzo, Mark Lopez on stats Wade Phillips on analysis. I'm Cameron Irvine, doing too much. Wade, welcome to Canada. Ready for this one?
Indeed, this is my first playoff game to call, and so I'm very excited. And it's my I think my fourth time calling Vancouver this season, so I'm excited to see how they turn out in the playoffs. But really, it's going to be a clash of styles. Vancouver very hot on offense, especially in the passing game, and St. Louis, like you mentioned in the pregame, #1 in total defense.
Mello Taylor subscribing for the 33rd month in a row on Twitch. Happy to see you here. Happy to see you all across the SFL network. We wanted to make it as easy as possible to watch Wildcard Weekend, whatever platform you prefer. There's a look at Tom Pepper leading the league in passing yards this season. Can't wait to see what he looks like today. St. Louis calling heads to get this thing going. A light gray all-road uni here for the Gladiators, looking sharp with the gold numbers. Blue and gold for Vancouver as usual. They win the toss. They will defer to the second half, so we'll see Christian Brown and this St. Louis offense out there first. And we are all ready to go. Vancouver, 7.5-point favorites. 54.5 is the over-under for today's game. We got a good one. 12 versus 5 will determine the quarterfinals. The ball's on the tee, and the hand is in the air. And let's kick it. We're underway. From the 15-yard line, short kick. And that's Drew Riley, the new returner this week. Returning kicks for the first time. Gets it up to the 30-yard line for the Gladiators.
Yeah, you mentioned it. It was somewhat of a short kick, but not really returned that far. So really, the gift really wasn't returned very far.
Some jitters for Drew Riley in his new role. Christian Brown now under center. His two star wide receivers out to either side. Brown going to start with a pass. That is Eagle Mondavi turning the corner. First down, the 45-yard line. Pickup of 15 for Eagle Mondavi. Great start for the Gladiator offense.
What a great route by Eagle Mondavi. Caught that. It ran just enough to catch that ball and then have enough room to turn up field and pick up that first down. And you mentioned it, and they've already started it. Just about 10, 11, 12 yards on each pass play, so it seems.
First down at the 45-yard line for Brown. Brown, clean pocket, fires down the field, caught. That's the first down into Vancouver territory to the 27. Phil Koss, who's been a touchdown machine the last month of the regular season, quickly has the Gladiators within striking distance.
Tag, throw it to the tight end, and that is, just a big chunk of change for him picking up. And normally he averages about 10 yards per catch, but that time ripped it off for a big one.
Inside the 30, just a minute into this ball game, Christian Brown will pass again. It is caught again. Spin move for Mondavi down to the 5-yard line. First and goal, St. Louis on 3 pass attempts. And check that. That is actually Guy Clausen with the reception. 3 different receivers.
Wow, already, yeah. And that's 2 to the tight end and 1 to the receiver. So, wow, spreading it around and getting everybody involved.
Brown 3 for 3 for 65 yards on the opening drive. First and goal at the 5-yard line. Now head off to the fullback, Bill Jerry. Touchdown, St. Louis. 4 plays on the road to start us off.
How about that? They just ripped off a great drive to start off this ballgame, and they needed it. And now they are on the front foot, and that time Bill Cherry, we had mentioned it in the pregame about how he led the league in the regular season in carries, and that time got another one in a big spot and got the touchdown.
Quiets the crowd here at Canada Field. Could hear a pin drop in here as Bill Cherry puts the cherry on top of St. Louis's Sunday. And no, I'm not trying to steal that line. That was from Drew Riley in the chat. Fantastic line and a fantastic opening drive for their head coach. It's 7-0, St. Louis on top. But now we get to see Vancouver's electric offense.
We do, and it was an electric drive for St. Louis. Their defense, didn't quite step up on that drive, but now really it's St. Louis's just fantastic defense going up against this juggernaut of an offense.
TT on YouTube says, why does everyone on St. Louis have a single bar? They call themselves Single Bar City. They do it. It's kind of a team camaraderie toughness thing, I think, Wade. And I sure wouldn't go out there with a single bar, but that's the attitude of the Gladiators as Dean Maddox returns it up to the 29-yard line.
Heck no, not with this face. So this is my moneymaker right here. I'm protecting this baby.
Is it? I didn't know that about you, Wade.
No, I'm just kidding. I already know that. I've already shot my shot.
First down at the 29. Peppers' first offensive series with Vancouver in the gold pants, blue jerseys. He'll start off with a pass. It's out to Robert Redford. Redford is buried in the backfield. A loss of 2 yards. Redford and Pepper make up the backfield of this offense, but Brett Killian and Kendra Hall and Chris Curtis, James Walters, Dan Daly, they will burn you deep. All of them averaging over 12 yards per reception.
Yes, indeed. I mean, every single receiver they have can just gash you for a big gain.
3 receiver set. Curtis in the slot now for Pepper. Second down at 12 at the 26-yard line. 6 in the box for St. Louis. Pepper going to pass again. Pepper's got Redford in the flat, but he was covered. So instead he dumps it off to Kendra Hall for a 1-yard pickup. That'll set up a third down and long.
Absolutely. That was just a big change up right there for Kendra Hall. Normally, she gets out there for about 17 yards per reception, but that time the big drop off for only about 1 yard.
2 in the backfield for Pepper on third down and 11. Pepper stepping up in the pocket, going to go down for a sack. That's a 5-yard loss, and sacked in the backfield by Mike Bellotti. Fourth down.
That's something that definitely bears mentioning. The defense of St. Louis has really only forced, right after that sack, 16 sacks on the season, whereas the Vancouver defense has has 26 sacks on the season. So that is definitely something that these quarterbacks cannot stand back there for very long because these defenses swarm in a hurry.
Drew really back to return the punt. What a start for St. Louis. Long trip from Missouri all the way to Western Canada. That high snap nearly got over the punter's head. It's Brian Patrick with the punt. Really calls for a fair catch at the 41-yard line. And St. Louis is looking to win a playoff game for the first time in their history, but it's worth noting that St. Louis has made the playoffs 3 of the last 4 seasons. Meanwhile, Vancouver has never lost their first playoff game when they make the playoffs. They have made 4 playoff trips, including 3 consecutive seasons, and they are 4-0 in playoff openers in their history. First and 10 at the 41-yard line for Christian Brown as he calls an audible at the line. First handoff to Cairo Martinez today, and Martinez gets 9.5. And Wade, that is the 5th different St. Louis player to touch the ball in their first 5 offensive plays.
They are absolutely going into their, top drawer for all these players to, sprinkle them out there and get them involved no matter how it is, because really, you said it. Everybody that's touched the ball has been different, it seems.
Paul Dillevue is next. He's the only one that hasn't touched it yet. In terms of starters, he's running an in route, and look at him go! Paul Dillevue with the first down catch to the Vancouver 46. All 6 skilled players for the Gladiators touch the ball on their first 6 plays.
How about that, Cam? That has to be some sort of a, milestone that, in the first, 6 plays, you get it to every single player on your offense skill position-wise. That's fantastic.
Quarterback keeper, perhaps. Nope, first and 10. They're going to throw. Brown gets nailed, and it's picked off! Oh, what a diving play made by Kyler Murray, falling out of bounds as Brown got hit and it disrupted the pass.
What a great job by the defense of Vancouver to get that. He forced the throw, but I want to say, did he get his foot down? Because that was his right foot coming down first, but I want to say he might have stepped out of bounds. I'm wondering if we see a red hanky out there.
Gerald Giudice applied the pressure on Brown, and I don't think we're going to see a challenge. It looked at first glance to me that he was in. No challenge from St. Louis, although it was close on the sideline. Great hit from Giudice to help make imperfect the perfect start for St. Louis. Pepper over the middle. That pass knocked away and nearly intercepted. Last getting his hands on it, Rodney Panani. He will bring up 2nd and 10. Hall, the intended receiver.
this defense almost just said, we're not going to let the offense, set us back. So they almost got that interception and brought it right back to their offense. But Vancouver's offense so far kind of sputtering, but it's just, you just imagine it's only a matter of time before they kick it into gear and really get something started.
Vancouver has not run the football yet. 2nd down and 10. They go 4 wide here. 3-man rush. Everybody drops back, and that pass is knocked away. Pepper wanting some interference, but Nicholas Warner was back there waiting on it. Brings up 3rd and 10.
It's a good job by Nicholas Warner to get a hand on it, because it looked like, I want to say, that was the tight end. I want to say, Dan Daly was in the area, and he looked like he might have caught it, but then Nicholas Warner just popped it out, which was a great play, heads-up play by St. Louis D to force that incompletion.
3rd down and 10. They'll flip it. Go 4 wide again here against a dime 3-2 look here out of St. Louis. 6:28 to go in the first quarter. 7-0 Gladiators scored on their opening possession. Pepper dumps it off. That pass is caught. Curtis got 9 but is short. And he'll have to punt the football away. Warner and Panani in the area.
Yeah, just a little curl route to Curtis. I thought maybe he'd catch that and immediately spin around and try to reach out, but the defense did a great job to get to the ball carrier and get him and bring him down before he could reach over and get that first down.
Another punt for Brian Patrick. His 2nd of the quarter. Really on his first punt return of the day. He's got some room until he didn't. Knocked down at the 38-yard line. Brown will start again. That interception, not entirely his fault. He got nailed and just kind of sailed on him.
Absolutely. Yeah, Gerald Giudice has been just running roughshod over offensive lines this season. Coming into this ball game, has 9 sacks. I mean, this defensive line gets to the quarterback in a hurry. So the opposing quarterbacks have no time really to sit back there and think.
I'd go over the St. Louis starting offense, but we've already mentioned everybody that's worth mentioning since everybody's gotten a touch of the football. As Brown fires it out to Martinez. Martinez with some room to run. Martinez with a shoulder charge gets a first down to the Vancouver 49. What did Martinez have for breakfast today?
My goodness, it had to be Wheaties, because he just ate them and then just got on his truck and just went over, the defender just easily, just boom, knocks him over. But then the Drew Hamilton gets up there and closes the gap and gets that tackle, and so that makes over 123 tackles for Drew Hamilton this season.
Kyler Murray St. Louis getting some payback on Murray for the interception. This time they go to Martinez, and he's not able to pick up anything. This St. Louis Gladiator rushing attack, not necessarily known for being lethal, this season averaging 3.9 yards per carry for Martinez, 3.1 for Cherry. All in all, a 3.7 average, which is definitely lower than average in the SFL, but they use it to help them get into better 2nd and 3rd down situations, as Brown will fire it down the field. Caught. That's Phil Koss, the Vancouver 35. Drew Hamilton on the tackle, but another first down for St. Louis.
You said it puts them in a really great position on 2nd and 3rd down. Just like there, they had the open receiver, Phil Koss, caught it, and then got the first down, and that's exactly what St. Louis needs to just keep this drive alive and maybe, not repeat the last drive where they had the interception, but this drive, maybe put it together and get some points again.
Phil Koss, 42 yards already in the ball game, has caught both targets. First down to the Vancouver 35-yard line. Brown back to pass, and that is an ugly looking throw out to Clausen. 2 defenders defending the flats. That's Ashley Rose Finch with the knockdown.
That was a scary pass, because there were 2 Vancouver defenders right there in the lane, and so that could have been Danger City just immediately.
Big shout outs to Hattori Hanzo and Mark Lopez in our stat truck today, helping us out, making us look great on screen and off. 2 in the backfield. Martinez behind Cherry, waits for the block and picks up 6 again to set up a manageable 3rd down. Kevin Brackett on the tackle.
Yeah, I mean, it reads like a book. I mean, they just do it just so efficiently, though. Get a few plays 1st and 2nd down, but then that 3rd down play they get, and it sets it up for a easy 3rd and 4.
Ball to Vancouver 29. It'll be a 46-yard field goal from here. Brown takes the snap, throws it into traffic, and smacked Phil Koss. Now Brown is looking for a PI. Both quarterbacks all over the officials here early. Not going to get the call. Farnsey may or may not have been in on that play. Let's see. Nope, that was Drew Hamilton with the hit.
Yeah, that was just perfect timing by Drew Hamilton. I mean, he got there right when the ball arrived, so great job forcing the incompletion. Drew Hamilton just plays like a stud back there. 9 interceptions on the season and just absolutely plays baller out there.
Taz Von Wolfswinkel will not come out to attempt the field goal. Neither team has a contracted kicker. And when you're on the road trying to pull the upset, field position can matter, especially against this high-octane offense. This one is going to hit the foot of the defender, and even though the defender went into the end zone, the football did not, and they downed the ball at the 4.
Wow, almost the picture-perfect punt by Vancouver to set them down, like you said, inside the 5-yard line. So now it's going to be a tough, set of circumstances for this Vancouver offense to start this drive. Just never want to start with the end zone right that close to you.
Pepper 3 for 5 for 8 yards here in the first quarter. First handoff of the day for Redford. Spins away from 1 and then is wrapped up by Raugar Law. 2-yard gain for Redford. Gets them a little bit outside their own shadow.
Great job by St. Louis's defense so far in this ballgame to really just not let Vancouver get anything started. I mean, we have not seen their offense get anything remotely resembling a drive to string along.
2nd and 8 with 2 in the backfield. Pepper going to throw from his end zone, and Hall ran another crossing pattern, only picked up 2, actually fell trying to make the catch.
Just a kind of a, you'll kind of want to take that, maybe a mulligan on that and maybe get another do on it, but they'll try to convert this first down, 3rd and 6, which they have some weapons on the field, so they can definitely get a first down in a hurry.
Vancouver does not have a first down today, and neither team has converted a 3rd down. Pepper against a blitz. The blitz is picked up, and the pass is caught by Brett Killian on the sideline. First down to the 23, a pickup of 17.
And that's just reliable right there. Perfect route. Just cuts on a dime right there. And then right to that corner, catches it. Nice got that foot down. Got that 1 foot, left foot down, and caught it. So that's a first down. Move those chains.
You could see Law side-eyeing Killian as he went down the field, but just a little sidestep to get to the sideline, and Law fell a little bit behind. Now Killian's at the top of the screen. You can see the size difference he's got there on Law. 3 in the backfield. They're going to hand it off to Redford. Redford's second carry, double the first. Picks up 4 after the tackle is collected by Freeman Peltier.
And that, gets Robert Redford started again, 4-yard carry, which, averages 4.5 yards per carry this season, and really almost near that 1,000-yard mark, and we'll see if he gets it this ballgame.
Pepper to throw, deep, 7-step drop, all kinds of time, passes in triple coverage, incomplete. St. Louis is all over Dan Daly in this first quarter. That's the second time they've tried to go to him in a mess of coverage.
It almost looks like St. Louis really may have game planned against something, maybe that particular player, just going against Dan Daly because he is such a weapon that they want to shut him down and make them force those throws to those other receivers.
Pepper's getting a ton of time from his offensive front, but no one down the field is much open. Pepper, again, 5-step drop, fires it deep. That pass knocked away. Raugar Law with the pass defense, and that's another Vancouver punt.
They got the first down earlier in the drive, but again, they forced them into that ultimate 4th down, which on that play, it looked like they might have had a receiver on an underneath route that may have been open, but hey, he tried to force it down the field, and unfortunately, the defense was ready and knocked it down.
Get to see Christian Brown again. 23 touchdowns. Was low-key 8th best in the SFL. Most probably would not have guessed that he was in the top 10 in touchdown passes. He's only been sacked 19 times. That's 6th least in the league. And St. Louis keeping Tom Pepper at bay. 4,562 yards this season. That was most by any quarterback, in just 25 yards on 9 attempts here in the first quarter.
And also second in touchdowns at 36 this season. So definitely prolific through the air. And so far, St. Louis has done a great job shutting him down.
First down for Christian Brown. 1:52 to go in the first quarter. St. Louis 7, Vancouver nothing, as Bill Cherry takes the handoff, picks up 3, wrapped up at the end of the play by Hanson Austin.
Bill Cherry's not the largest fullback, only 5'11", 215, but has spent all 3 seasons in the league with St. Louis, but he's really grown with them and contributed.
Brown to pass, caught over the defense, squeezed it in between 2 in the zone. Eagle Mondavi again with Mark Lopez trailing. $124 now for Christian Brown through the air.
Done a great job so far. This offense has really just been a well-oiled machine, and so far they've touched the hands of every single skill player on the offense. And that time, Eagle Mondavi gets another one and just another first down, and they're just stretching the field today. We didn't think we'd see it, but so far we are seeing it.
Eagle now the same numbers as Cost. 2 catches, 42 yards. That one goes for 27. First down for St. Louis at the Vancouver 32.5. They're up 7-0 here late in the first quarter. That pass is hauled in for an 8-yard pickup. That's Mondavi again. Josh Farnsey with his second tackle.
It looks like Christian Brown's kind of doing a great job surveying the field and just kind of picking out the mismatches and really doing a great job finding the open receivers. And so far it's been just pick a player and they've been open.
That interception from Brown earlier hurting his QBR. The handoff goes to Mondavi actually, and he gets the first down. The 22-yard line, maybe the final play of the quarter. Martinez, good numbers, 21 yards on 5 carries in the first.
Yeah, you'll never snuff at that because that gets you big plays that get ultimately first down. So definitely anytime you can get that, you'll take it. That
will be the final play of the first quarter. St. Louis takes a 7-0 lead into the second, and they're driving. You're watching the SFL wildcard round on the SFL network, presented by APM Music. We'll be right back. Start of the second quarter, along with Wade Phillips, Cameron Irvine here with you, Hattori Hanzo, Mark Lopez on stats today. 1st and 10 at the Vancouver 22-yard line. 2 receivers, 1 to either side. Mondavi at the bottom of the screen runs an out route and picks up 7, although that one pretty close, Wade.
Yeah, I would be surprised to not see a flag. Yep, there it is, by golly.
Yeah, I don't know about this one.
I think this might be coming back. Looked like he might have stepped on the line.
Mondavi. Nice chop of the feet. And the pass. Ooh. Did he get that right foot in bounds when he had possession of the football? That was a lot closer. Wow, than I initially thought. That is a play stands timeout charge to Vancouver. What a job by Eagle Mondavi on the sideline to, in fact, get the foot in.
Yeah, he absolutely just the ballerina on the sideline got that foot in just enough to get that completion.
8 in the box
Or
here.
Balladeer, excuse me.
8 in the box here for Vancouver. Everybody calling out different signals. They're going to hand it off to Mondavi right up the middle. Got the first down. Hamilton lays him out at the 10-yard line. But that's enough for a 1st and goal for St. Louis.
Another just chunk of yards by Cairo Martinez picking up a first. And they absolutely are just driving down this field so far, are doing a great job punishing Vancouver's defense whenever they give them any breathing room.
Into the shadows of Canada Field. Pretty cloudy today, 53 degrees, although it's a nice crisp day for a playoff game as Martinez gets a carry but is stopped for a loss of 1. Gerald Giudice, another play in the backfield worth something.
Yeah, and when we hear that, tackle in the backfield, you almost assume that it's Gerald Giudice back there because he lives in the opponent's backfield making plays.
Richard Hall in the YouTube chat asked when the 2021 season starts as Martinez gets another carry to the 6-yard line. That would be January 15th, 2021. SFLM, which is our minor league action, goes on YouTube up until the draft, which will be around New Year's this year. And we never stop creating content. Next SFLM games will be on Thursday. 3rd and goal at the 6 for St. Louis. Christian Brown is in the gun. Brown to throw. Got it! Touchdown, Phil Koss, the red zone master. It's 13-0 Gladiators.
It was a great job by St. Louis. Really, they had 3 receivers in the area all going different ways, which kind of split up the defense and left an opening just enough for Phil Koss to sneak out there and get that, because there was no one in that area. He caught it, got it in for the touchdown, and now St. Louis in the driver's seat, now up 2 scores.
Phil Koss this season with 7 touchdowns. You know who else has 7 touchdowns on this team? Eagle Mondavi and Paul Dillevu. That's how balanced the Gladiators are, and now Koss tacks on another one this season. That extra point is good, and it is 14-0. So Bill Cherry got his 3rd touchdown of the season, and now Koss with his 8th. And don't look now, Wade, 14-0. The team that snuck into the playoffs trying to do what Vegas did as the 11 seed and pull off the ultimate upset here in the wild card round.
Absolutely. They snuck in, which, and not only that, but we haven't quite mentioned it today, but they actually beat Vancouver in the regular season in week 10, 30-16. So they've already beat Vancouver this season. So maybe they have their number called.
Kendra Hall returning that, an up man on special teams after the kick was short. So that'll bring up a 1st down and 10 at the 31-yard line. An unusual role for Hall as both these kickers sometimes can put it short. Doesn't even reach the returner. 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. And Vancouver coming out in this 4 wide early in drives. We've seen that a couple of times from a couple of teams this weekend, and that is no good. Dan Daly again was the target, but Geralt Winkler was all over it. Daly now no catches on all 3 of his targets.
Absolutely. St. Louis's defense has been playing a great job stopping the passes towards Dan Daly, and Geralt Winkler right there almost made it his 10th interception of the season, but that time got a pass breakup, and that makes it his 6th of the season.
2 backs and 2 receivers for Vancouver, the 5 seed, 8-4 in the regular season. Back to throw, trying to get themselves out of a hole. That pass, one-on-one coverage is knocked away. St. Louis's secondary playing phenomenal football. Was Dan Daly the target again down the field? Yes, he was, and Winkler swats it away.
Yes, that's 2 for 2 for Winkler on those 2 plays. You'd think it would be a big, giant mismatch with huge Dan Daly out there catching against a safety, but so far, great job by number 24 just to get a hand on there on both those plays.
Daly still a goose egg. Now it's 3rd down and 10 for Vancouver. Vancouver against a 4-man rush. Deep ball again is knocked away. Daly's got 5 targets with no catches, and Winkler completes the trifecta, 3 and out Vancouver.
How about that, Cam? I mean, my goodness, they went to Dan Daly. The 3 plays that we just saw, all 3 were knocked down by the same person, Garrett Winkler, I believe. So that just makes, you said it, the trifecta.
This is the 4th straight punt for Vancouver. While St. Louis is not getting interceptions, to be honest, they're really not in perfect position to get picks, but they are within just enough range to get some swats on these throws, as really returns it up to the 37-yard line. Back out comes Christian Brown, who has started 10 for 13 for $145.
You know, it'll be interesting to me to see if Vancouver can really get it kick-started, because it almost seems like Tom Pepper's just not having, obviously not having the best day, but so far if they can maybe find something to Dan Daly, it would help him, but he's just been over.
9:08 to go in the first half. Brown to throw. And, oh, what a great play by Ashley Rose Finch. Did you see that, Wade? Sat down in the soft zone, knocked that away. Beautiful defense.
Yes, absolutely. Great instincts and great eye hand just to, react. A perfect reaction to get a hand on that ball. It would have been the icing on the cake to get an interception, but that was just a great play by Ashley Rose Finch just to knock that ball down.
Split backs in the backfield. That's Cherry and Martinez. 9:05 to go in the second quarter. 14-0 St. Louis. Brown hit as he threw the ball, bouncing around in the backfield, and that's incomplete. Good job by Vancouver's defensive line covering that up just in case. But it'll bring up 3rd and 10.
And there, that big, nasty defensive line of Vancouver shows up and gets the incompletion forced, because they really did all the work right there. It helped with the coverage doing what they did, but that line got back there and made the hurry.
St. Louis is going to go 4 wide here. First, we've seen this 3rd and long here for the Gladiators, and they're going deep on a corner. It's tipped up in the air and intercepted. Drew Hamilton with the 2nd pick of the game for Vancouver. What concentration on the bouncing ball.
And that actually makes Drew Hamilton's 10th interception of the season, I want to say. And, man, could not have come in a bigger spot, because they needed a play from their defense, and now they are driving. And really, St. Louis, another mistake that puts Vancouver right back on offense.
St. Louis with the turnovers. Pepper, no interceptions despite the slow start. 1st and 10 at the 38. They're going to pass again. Pepper, the screen is covered up, and Pepper sacked. A 6-yard loss. Tom Tanner in the backfield flexing.
Yeah, great job by Tom Tanner. That makes it 5.5 sacks for him this season. So great job. 10 tackles for a loss this season as well. So a big stop by Tom Tanner, and now this defense can flex and keep on running.
Pepper, quick throw. Oh, perfect read. Brett Killian, as Winkler was coming in hot. My goodness, he's everywhere. Pick up a 10.
He is. You said he put a hat on him, just right there, pops him, but still, Brett Killian does all he can to try to complete that catch, but now it's looking at 3rd and 6 for this Vancouver offense.
Vancouver has 1 first down. They're trying to avoid a 5th straight drive that ends in a punt. 3rd down and 6. Pepper's pass is caught this time. Dan Daly holds it in at the St. Louis 38, and the Legion crowd breathes a sigh of relief as Daly finally wins a one-on-one matchup.
You said it, the collective gasps by the fan base after that final, the ultimate completion finally to him, after Tom Pepper has been targeting him all day and just couldn't complete it, but that time finally got it and got the first down.
Pepper up to 7 of 14 for 55 yards here in the first half. First down, another throw. That pass caught by Curtis. Curtis with a spin move, and Chris nearly gets the first down up to the 28-yard line. Pepper is starting to heat up. This is the most lethal passing attack in the SFL, so I'm not surprised.
Yeah, all it takes is just him getting in the groove, finding, his rhythm, and now it looks like he might have done that and can really rip off some completion runs.
7 minutes to go in the first half. Pepper looking for an open receiver on a slant. That pass is incomplete. Chris Curtis was the intended receiver. Crowd thought they saw something. Maybe they didn't, as St. Louis disguised some coverages. Colin Douglas was in the area. Let's see who actually got the hit on that ball.
See, we'll see right here. Maybe this is a better look. 42 it looked like. Yeah, Mark Gronick.
Go ahead, Wade.
Yeah. Mark Gronick got in there, forced the incompletion, it looked like. And really, Vancouver's offense kind of stalling a little bit, but now it's just 3rd and inches, so they can try to get this first down here.
Almost wonder if Colin Douglas got a helmet on that football. 3rd and inches, handoff to Redford, and Redford's going to get the first down in between the hashes to the 25. Peltier with his 3rd tackle of the night, but a move of the chains for Vancouver. They are in scoring position here for the first time tonight.
So, yeah, they matched their first down output in this drive and then exceeded it right there. So, really, their best drive of the ball game and really their best field position of the ball game as well.
6.5 to go in the first half of play. St. Louis 14, Vancouver nothing. The Legion are driving. Robert Redford waiting for some blocking to develop. Picks up 3 again, right in between the hashes. Law ends up coming in to help make the tackle.
We mentioned it before the ball game how, stingy this St. Louis defense is, and so far they have come prepared with a game plan and they've stuck to it, and it has worked so far. We'll see if Vancouver can maybe get this sustained success.
Redford is dropped in the backfield. Nicholas Warner on a little flip outside with the tackle for a 4-yard loss. Will set up another 3rd down and long here for Vancouver. If St. Louis wins, they would go to Baltimore. That would send Vegas to Florida, Charleston to Atlanta, and Arizona would go to Mexico City. If Vancouver wins, Vancouver will go to Mexico City, while Arizona will visit Atlanta. Charleston goes to Florida, and Vegas goes to Baltimore. 3rd down and 10. Pepper fires it, knocked away. Another pass deflection for this Gladiator defense. That's their 8th, and that's Peltier to force a 4th down.
Freeman Peltier got his hands on it right there, and definitely they needed that again. And now Vancouver 4th and 10, and so they are going to have to make a decision, and which it's still pretty early in this ballgame. It looks like they're going to go 4-3.
Field goal is coming up. 42 yards away. Got it. Roman Rakowski not going to be a problem today, at least in the first half, as Vancouver is on the board now. 14-3 with 5:17 to go in the first half. Richard Hall in the YouTube chat asked how he could join the league. Just put a Discord invite in there for you. And if you're new to the SFL, the Simulation Football League combines traditional sports, esports, and a role-playing game into one. Team strategies are being executed in real time by our simulations as real-life players compete on the virtual gridiron. For more information about the SFL, visit our website at simulationfl.net. The SFL, we put the fan in fantasy. Tom Pepper now up to 50% completions, 9 for 18, 61 yards in the ball game. From the 13-yard line, really on the return, gets it up to the 30. That's where St. Louis will set up their next possession.
Yeah, St. Louis had that turnover on their last drive. So really, they need to put more points on the board because Vancouver's offense is just so stingy that they can put up points in just a rampage.
And St. Louis got the football to start the first half. They don't want to see Vancouver start to complete a massive comeback like they did in a home playoff game against Atlanta a couple of seasons ago, where right around this time, Vancouver lost their minds, scored a crap ton of points, and put Atlanta away after Atlanta was up by, I think, 21 points in that game.
Yeah, it absolutely can happen because they are a very prolific offense.
Two in the backfield, handoff to Cairo, breaks a tackle. Martinez, first down. Hamilton laid him out, his 5th solo tackle of the half, but Cairo Martinez continues to break first contact and move the chains for St. Louis.
He's having quite the ball game. You said it, breaking first contact and just really churning those legs and making the defenders just bounce off and really just picking up extra yards each time he carries the rock.
55 all-purpose yards in the first half for Cairo Martinez. Now Christian Brown out of the shotgun, 2 in the backfield. Will fire it outside as Murray looked to cover the flats. Paul Delavu goes over the top, picks up 7 to midfield.
We mentioned it before the ball game about how this offense just lives on those type of plays. They're so good, just near razor sharp on plays just like that, where they're picking up, 7-8 yards, but really they're just near the top of the league when they're executing that type of game plan.
4 minutes to go in the first half, 14-3. Sharp first half for Christian Brown outside of the 2 interceptions on some deep shots. Paul Delavu gets a first down to the 43-yard line. A quick little in pattern.
It was the deeper shots that ultimately were the takeaways for Vancouver against St. Louis, but really when they've kind of mixed it up, they've had their best results so far.
Brown fires it and picks up 5. Again, the short passing game to Delavu, now dominating the targets, up to 4 catches for 22 yards.
Indeed, and they've really been able to lean on that because it's so effective where, they pick up 5 yards here, 7 yards there, and really they can just pick their spots and just find soft spots in this Vancouver defense.
Running down the first half clock, under 3 minutes to go in the first half. Still up 11. And Martinez again breaks the first tackle. Mark Lopez wraps him up before the move of the chains, so it's going to bring up a 3rd and 1 at the 34-yard line of Vancouver with 2:40 to go and all 3 timeouts.
So far, it's the St. Louis Gladiators offensive line has done a great job getting push and really springing Cairo Martinez for first downs.
Good point, Wade. They've been excellent up front. Handoff, Martinez got the first down to the 32. Cherry was wide open to the top of the screen. Good diversion. Martinez just getting the gritty yards in between the tackles.
Indeed, and really, St. Louis's offense has done a great job really keeping Vancouver's defense off balance with their play selection because you can't pigeonhole one specific type of play.
2 minutes to go. We will keep it here. You're watching the SFL on the SFL Network. St. Louis 14, Vancouver 3. Mark Lopez, Tori Hanzo on stats. Wade Phillips and Cameron Irvine with you here in the booth. Enjoying a crisp fall day here in Canada with the Legion down 11. Split backs, 1st and 10 for Brown. Fires it outside and Cherry dropped it. He was all alone and Kyler Murray says, "Oh, thanks for the gift."
Absolutely, because Vancouver's defense got beat right there, and luckily they were gifted quite a nice present right there by Bill Cherry, dropping that pass, but they can't afford to rely on drops if they want to win this ball game.
High formation here for Brown. Now 13 of 20 for $164. Handoff to Martinez. Martinez bowls over Ashley Rose before Hamilton makes yet another tackle. A 6-yard pickup for Cairo, and the play count is now up to 36 for St. Louis in the first half.
Drew Hamilton led this team in tackles this season and so far has kind of repeated that in this ballgame, being their leading tackler.
3rd and 4. Neither team has a contracted kicker. This would be a 43-yard field goal from here. Brown's in the shotgun with two backs to either side. Both receivers at the top of the screen. Running an in route, incomplete. Looking for Delavu, but Brackett all over him. Bracketing Paul to force a 4th down.
And I think Kevin Brackett had seen that play quite enough today to where he recognized the route and jumped it just enough to force that incompletion, because they targeted Delavu, but
Look at
just
his
could
eyes.
not quite complete it because, again, Kevin Brackett was right there and forced that big incompletion.
You nailed it, Wade. He was all over that route. Looking at Brown, then he saw Delavu coming, jumped on the route. Vancouver, or St. Louis rather, just a little bit vanilla there. Going to Delavu one too many times. Going to result in a 42-yard field goal. This is Taz Von Wolfswinkel. They pay the seamstress extra to put his name on the back of the jersey. From the left hash mark to put St. Louis back up 14. The field goal is good. And St. Louis is back to a 14-point lead as both kickers have been good here in the first half.
Indeed, the kickers haven't hurt these ball clubs yet, which we'll see if that holds up, because, you know, I can guarantee these coaches don't want to leave it up to their kickers to try to win the game. But, hey, when you can get 3 points, you'll take 3 points.
Didn't have a lot left on that kick, Wade. It was
Yeah,
pretty short,
yeah.
but good enough from 42. That leaves Vancouver with 1:16 and 2 timeouts. Plenty of time for this high-powered offense as Maddox gets it up to the 34-yard line. And you can't really blame St. Louis for leaving that amount of time on the clock. They burned about as much as they could. I guess they could have moved the chains one more time, but other than that, did a pretty nice job of giving Pepper as little time as possible.
Absolutely right, Cam, because you don't want to leave Vancouver's offense much time to work with, and the St. Louis offense did their best to run down that clock.
3 receivers for Pepper. First down and 10, steps into the pocket, goes down for a sack. 3-yard loss. Getting to the quarterback, that was Matthew Holford with his first sack of the day. Loss of 3. Pepper now quickly back to the line, going deep down the field. Pass is knocked into the air and incomplete. Looking for Kendra Hall. Hall with just 3 yards on 2 catches today. 6 targets as Winkler knocks another one away. That's his 4th.
And Winkler playing huge this first half, getting, you know, multiple pass breakups against not only Dan Daly, but right there against Kendra Hall. So great job by the St. Louis passing defense to break up all these, you know, passes that have come their way.
Quickly, a 3rd down here for Vancouver. 3rd and 13. Floater to Daly is caught at midfield. No huddle for Vancouver. They have 2 timeouts. Beautiful touch pass by Tom Pepper. Pepper now 10 and 20.
Just put it in there.
Pepper 40 seconds to go. Fires down the middle again. Caught in triple coverage. How did Pepper squeeze that one in there? That's Daly again. He's hot. 3 catches now. 28 seconds to go in the first half. Pepper again floats one, knocked up in the air and incomplete. Looking for Daly again. Killian almost caught it off the deflection. Law in coverage. 25 seconds left.
And they also have 2 timeouts remaining. So, hey, they can do something right here. They are definitely in great field position and have 25 seconds left. You know, I'd like to think that, you know, if maybe they use a timeout, but hey, you know, save that timeout for when you really need it, and now they have some room to work with.
2 receivers, both to the top of the screen, short left side, and running an out route, knocked away! The long arm of not the law, but Colin Douglas coming out of the slot to force another 3rd down. And Wade, this will be the 10th 3rd down attempt of Vancouver in the first half.
And really, they haven't been able to complete very many. I mean, my goodness, it's been mostly punts for them in this ball game.
3rd down and 10 for Vancouver at the 35. They are not in Rakowski range right now as Pepper goes down the field. Wide open, it's caught inside the 5, down to the 3-yard line. Timeout with 16 seconds to go and 1 timeout for Vancouver.
Wow, so absolutely perfect play call, execution, the cover 2 zone by the safeties, you know, the soft spots right in the middle, found that spot, got it, and that was a huge completion, probably 30 yards down the field, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal on the 3-yard line.
One last play before a likely field goal here. Pepper's going to go gun. Killian at the top. Kendra Hall's in the slot. Redford off to the left of Pepper. Pepper drops back to pass. Clean pocket pass is caught. Touchdown, Vancouver. Right before the half, it's Dan Daly shooting bullets once again.
And they tried to target him all first half, and that time got him again. That's his, I believe, second reception, but none bigger than right there for that touchdown. And that makes it his 6th of the season. And, you know, he actually, Tom Pepper had 2 open receivers on that same side, but went to Dan Daly, the big tight end, hashtag throw it to the tight end. They did right there, big touchdown. And now they are only down by what is that, 8 points now. So, hey, kick us extra point and make it 7 points.
What a drive for Dan Daly. Quickly up to 89 yards and a touchdown on 5 receptions, as the extra point is good for Vancouver. Coming up next on the APM Music Halftime Report, me and Mike will have first half analysis from the SFL studios. First half stat breakdowns and the keys to the second half for both teams to advance to the quarterfinals. It's all coming up on the APM Music Halftime Report. What an ending to the first half for Vancouver. 13 seconds left for the Gladiators, considering their longest pass of the day is 28. Probably not going to see too many more fireworks with 9 seconds to go, but you never know.
Anything can happen. I mean, we've seen it. Anything can happen.
Vancouver gets the ball to start the second half as well. What a drive. They needed that. Pepper 13 of 25 for $130 and a touchdown now. No picks. 80.4 QBR. St. Louis, the odd stat of having 10 pass deflections and 0 interceptions through the first 22 minutes. Brown going to throw with 9 seconds left. He's going long, and taking an unnecessary hit was Dillevue down the field, now targeted 7 times with 4 catches. 5 seconds left.
Yeah, they tried for, a big chunk right there, but didn't quite get it. Paul Dillevue tried to catch that one-handed, but great job by the defense. I think, that was Drew Hamilton again with the pass breakup, really forcing the effort and not letting the receiver catch that over the middle.
Hamilton is out here hitting 7 tackles in the first half. That one not officially a pass deflection because it's a drop, but also an interception too. Been stellar for this Legion secondary in the first half. 5 seconds to go for St. Louis, up 17-10. Brown going to pass one more time, goes down the field. Timeout with 1 second left. Off the reception, didn't catch the number, but St. Louis going to end up getting to drag the Hail Mary team out there.
Yeah, get out there, chunk it up, say a prayer, see what happens. We'll see what happens right here. I mean, when you think about it, they've got at least 3, 4, if you include Guy Clausen, because they've got targets that they can, throw down there and try to get a wild play.
Why do I feel like I've been here before? I think I've called a Christian Brown Hail Mary game before, as Brown steps up in the pocket, and he's going to throw it. Christian Brown deep. It is intercepted. Had a receiver in the end zone, but it's picked off by Dean Maddox. That was nearly a one-on-one football for Eagle Mondavi. Can't fault Christian Brown too much for that. A heck of a Hail Mary. Got to the end zone.
That was a great job right there by number 33, Dean Maddox, just to play center field to catch that ball.
And that's how the first half ends. Your halftime report coming up after this break. Vancouver takes momentum into the second half. They lead St. Louis, so they trail St. Louis, by the way, 17-10. We're back after this. Oh, actually, we're gonna stay here before we head to commercial break. 2:34 for St. Louis in the first half. Got the 3 sacks. Could those 3 interceptions for Vancouver spark a comeback wave?
Absolutely. I mean, you think about it. If the defense takes those more minor victories and really just says, hey, what we've been doing hasn't really hurt us that bad, and our offense is starting to come along. So St. Louis's defense has to come and play in this second half. I know their offense will most likely come and try to do their best, but hey, their defense, especially against Vancouver's lights-out offense, has to do something.
Phil Koss owned the first quarter and then Dan Daly came alive at the end of it. Not a whole lot from Robert Redford today, but in the limited action, he's been reliable. It's been more about Dan Daly and these talented receivers down the field as expected.
Absolutely. Yeah, they've definitely tried to target Dan Daly multiple times. In that first, quarter, they just couldn't buy a catch for him. But really, in that second quarter, he came alive and got the big play set up by that big touchdown. And then, really, Vancouver just has not been able to get much going on offense. But again, they showed it near the end of that half that they are kicking it into gear.
St. Louis, 22 minutes away from pulling the upset and getting their first win in the postseason in franchise history. These teams have been around a long time, a combined 19 seasons of SFL action. This is St. Louis's 10th anniversary season. Vancouver has been in the league 9 seasons, and both want this badly. Vancouver would love a rematch, playoff rematch with Mexico City, and St. Louis would love a rematch with Baltimore after they felt like they could play with them earlier in the season, convention weekend.
Absolutely, they do. And not only that, but this is a rubber match in itself where Vancouver wants to get a win where they lost in this regular season. They want to correct the ship and get the statement win in the playoffs.
We'll be back in 60 seconds for the halftime report. You're watching the SFL on the SFL Network. Welcome to the APM Music Halftime Report along with Mike St. Green. I'm Cameron Irvine. 17-10, St. Louis leads Vancouver at the half. A lot to break down in this first half. Mike, where would you like to start?
Well, first I would like to start with the excellent start that St. Louis had to this game. It couldn't have gone better for them to start this game off with early Bill Cherry touchdown in this game. That first drive, I mean, they were on fire. Christian Brown found all his weapons on that first drive, capped it off with the Bill Cherry touchdown, as I mentioned, and they were off and running. The next drive, they had a big sack to kill the drive, and I put a note by the Kyler Murray interception because they had gotten off to a great start. I kind of felt like they would, kind of get Vancouver going, but it didn't at the time. St. Louis has played excellent defense the majority of this first half. We saw Phil Koss get a touchdown pass, and then it turned on the Drew Hamilton interception, and that kind of got Vancouver going and got them back in the game. One note that I had from combined both games, Cam, that they've played thus far this season, up until the Dan Daly touchdown catch, St. Louis had outscored Vancouver 44-9 in the 2 first halves that they had played combined. So that was a big touchdown drive there. Vancouver, got things going and got things rolling, and that was a huge touchdown going into halftime.
Yeah, it was, and it's flipped the momentum, and now that Hail Mary getting intercepted, you start to feel like it might be snowballing a little for St. Louis, but their one steady play that always calms them down is Cairo Martinez, and we haven't seen a lot of St. Louis in primetime this season, but Cairo Martinez has been pretty steady, and he's been great today for them.
Yeah, in my way too early possible offensive player of the year candidate for season 18, it has to be Cairo Martinez. I mean, he has really played well today. I didn't know he had that type of power coming out of the backfield, able to break tackles and run over a few people. Yeah, he's had a great first half. And also, Cam, that little crossing route that they've run with Phil Koss and Paul Dilleville has been effective in moving the chains as well. St. Louis is going to have to do a lot more of that and definitely cut down on the turnovers if they want to see this victory out in the fourth quarter.
Check out this stat, Mike. Paul Dilleville, 4 catches, 22 yards. Eagle Mondavi, 4 catches, 57 yards. Phil Koss, 4 catches, 62 yards. I mean, they spread the ball around like nobody's business.
Cam, someone needs to tell St. Louis, this is not Little League. They don't have to get everybody involved, and there's no, you're not going to get you're not going to get a participation ribbon, but it works for them. It's effective by getting everyone involved. It keeps the defense off balance, and they do a great job with it. As I mentioned in the open, that Dilleville and Eagle, they have over 95 catches each and 7 touchdowns each, and you have Phil Koss in there with another 7 touchdowns of his own. It's just a great balanced attack that they use, and they get everyone involved, and it keeps the defenses off balance.
Spoken like a true diva who wants all the targets, right? That's Mike St. Green. Tom Pepper got off to a slow start, but once he kind of figured out what the defense was going to give him and what it wasn't going to give him, he cleaned it up. 13 of 25, 130, no picks, 80 QBR. You think that's a fair assessment of Pepper's first half?
Well, I think one thing helped him, Cam, was the hurry-up offense. It seemed to get St. Louis off balance a little bit. The balance, for me, maybe a little bit off of going to Dan Daly a little too much, and St. Louis kind of have keyed on that. I would like to see it spread out a little bit. We need to see more of Kendra Hall. We need to see more of Brett Killian in that passing attack, and it wouldn't hurt. It never hurts to see Robert Redford. But yeah, I would like to see it spread around a little bit, and if they can keep up that same pace, pick up the pace, and keep St. Louis's defense off balance, maybe that'll work for them in the second half.
Defensive standouts in the first half, Geralt Winkler with 4 pass deflections, 4 tackles for that St. Louis Gladiator defense. He's been doing a great job over the top for the Gladiators. Drew Hamilton has 7 tackles and an interception in the first half. Ashley Rose Finch, 6 tackles, 2 passes deflected, has been really great for the Legion defense as well.
Yeah, Cam, it doesn't surprise me to see these 2 defenses stepping up. As I mentioned in open as well, we were going to see some defense in this game. The St. Louis defensive line, they've come through in the past couple of weeks, and we saw that with Tom Tanner with a sack there in the second quarter. So the defense were definitely going to be in play today. It wasn't going to be all just as a big offensive explosion. I kind of felt that way. So it's going to come down to the defenses who can put their team in the best position as far as being able to score some points and keep the other team out of the end zone.
Keys to the second half, Mike?
I would definitely like to see more Robert Redford involved in this game. Maybe Vancouver, getting some running attack, more balanced, and give St. Louis a different look. And for St. Louis, hey, keep doing what you're doing right now. The defense is playing well. Just cut down on the turnovers, but keep that balanced offensive attack, and that's going to be a key to them closing it out.
17-10, St. Louis leads Vancouver at the half. We will head back out to Canada Field when we come back after this break. You've been watching the SFL Halftime Report. We'll be right back. All right, start of the second half. Along with Hattori Hanzo, Mark Lopez, Wade Phillips, I'm Cameron Irvine. 17-10. St. Louis holding on to the lead, trying to pull the upset and trying to make sure Vancouver can't cover either. Vancouver 7.5-point favorites at over under 54.5. We are right dead even on it at 27 through the first 2 quarters. Dean Maddox returns it up to the 33-yard line, and we welcome back in Wade Phillips. Should be a great second half.
Indeed, it should. And really, I'm looking to see more of the same from both these teams. Maybe Vancouver flips on their afterburners and really gets going.
First down to the 33. Redford just 3 carries, 10 yards in that first half. They go bunch to the left to start the drive. Pepper going to throw, and Pepper's going long. It's knocked away. Tremendous play down the field by Drew. Really, it looked like Pepper had his intended target. That was Killian. Will bring up second down, but Redford was open in the flat.
Yeah, he was, and really, I'm surprised that Tom Pepper didn't see him as much as he loves throwing it to him, but that time didn't get it. But hey, you know that Robert Redford's gonna get back on that huddle and say, hey man, next time check me out.
Second down, 3 receivers. Chris Curtis been a little quiet today for Vancouver. Handoff now to Redford on a stretch, running right. Redford makes a juke and gets free. Redford breaks a tackle, 45, 40, 35, down to the 32-yard line. Robert Redford with a blistering run puts those 10 first half yards in the dust.
Yes, he does right there. And really, that boosts his yard per carry average way up to 9 yards per carry. And that time it was just a matter of time before Robert Redford broke free. And that time he does. And it's a big run that sets up this first down. And now Vancouver very much alive in this second half.
Quickly up to 45 yards on 4 carries. That one goes for 35. First down to the St. Louis 32, and Vancouver keeps their momentum that they took into the locker room with them. Handoff Redford again. Redford's got carry number 5. This one goes for 9. Redford averaging almost 11 yards a clip at this point. Makes it 2nd and 1.
Redford has definitely come alive in this second half. You know, Vancouver's offensive line was, saying, hey, get us back out there. Let's open up some holes. And Robert Redford is absolutely bursting through those holes so far.
8 in the box for St. Louis. Pepper looking for Redford. The screen is covered, and Pepper is sacked for a loss of 5. St. Louis has been all over the screen all day, and that's Bellotti again with another takedown.
Yeah, and I believe that's their 4th sack of the day. And really, they have given Tom Pepper absolutely no time to work back there. Really, the coverage has been great, and as well as the pass rush, just getting back there and making them get sacked.
3rd and 6 now. Pepper deep, knocked away. The long arm of the law knocks it down from Kendra Hall. Hall now targeted 7 times with just 3 yards receiving, and now a difficult decision here for Vancouver, a 45-yard field goal.
Yes, indeed it is. They're in kind of that weird territory where not much good happens, and now they're going to punt this away.
Punt coming from Patrick, trying to pin St. Louis deep. And this is a good punt. Down to the 9. Gonna bounce, slide at the 3-yard line. They stop it. What a beautiful play by the defensive tackle, Stanley Hudson. Fleet of foot.
Yeah, not only fleet of foot, but also with the hands to slide in there and not knock the ball into the end zone for the touchback. So great job pinning them on the 3-yard line. Great special teams unit play.
Down at the 3, St. Louis in the shadow of Canada Field. Cairo Martinez destroys 2 and picks up the most pretty 3-yard run you could possibly have. He shed, was that Farnsey at the beginning of the play?
It might have been. I mean, you said it, though. The most magnificent 3-yard gain that's ever been done, and just breaking tackles to make 3 yards.
Hand off now to Bill Cherry. Cherry's been a little quiet recently. He got nothing. That's just his 2nd carry this season. Cherry and Martinez do a pretty nice job splitting carries, about 2-to-1. Martinez 204 coming in, 95 for Cherry, but today it's been more Martinez, 3rd and 7.
Absolutely, which that first carry for Bill Cherry was for a touchdown, so, not bad for him.
Gonna hand it off one more time, buried in their own end zone, and I don't blame St. Louis as Vancouver all over him. Achilles Papatonis a bit quiet, makes the stop, and it's a quick 3-and-out for the Gladiators.
You said it, Cam, because that is never a bad idea, just to, play the safe route, especially backed up that far back near your end zone. If you're just playing the safe route, it's not a bad idea.
Dean Maddox on the tackle. Decent pump from St. Louis to the 40. Maddox will return to the Gladiator 36, so really no harm, no foul. Smart decision by Vancouver to punt on the last possession, and they basically get the ball back near where they were with 8:01 to go in the third quarter, still trailing by a touchdown. Pepper trots to the line, I formation here. Killian, the lone receiver, to the top of the screen. Dime look here for St. Louis, going to be a pass. And once again, it's out to Redford. And once again, St. Louis is there to make the tackle. Every time Redford has gotten the ball on the outside, a one-on-one tackle has been successfully made. That's Colin Douglas.
Other than that one incompletion that had Redford wide open on that route, they have done a great job, like you mentioned, just stopping his ability to make plays out of the backfield.
Redford now -4 yards on 3 receptions as Pepper finds James Walters. First target and first catch. Moves the chains for a first down as Warner makes the tackle.
The perfect first catch for James Walters. 1 reception right there, 10 yards. Great job to pick up that first down, and now Vancouver continues to drive and definitely in dangerous territory in St. Louis 25.
First down for Pepper, fires it out to Killian. That's a 7-yard gain. Not a very generous spot there by the officials to bring up 2nd and 3. Are you a next-level SFL fan? Visit the SFL League website at simulationfl.net for info on how to create a player and to join our community. Check out League Leaders. We've got stats from all 17 seasons of SFL action and track game, season, and career numbers of all the players over time who have gone from couch to field. The Simulation Football League, 17 seasons strong. Mike St. Green, our studio ear, thinking he was out. Was he out, Wade?
That left foot might have been on the line, honestly.
No challenge, 2nd and 3 at the 18-yard line. Once again in the shadow of Canada Field, handoff Robert Redford. Not going to get it. Panani stood him up, and then Peltier put him down, resulting in a 3rd down and 1. 3rd down number 12 for Vancouver in the game.
Another drive that St. Louis has played strong in their own territory, and now they need one more play of big, strong play by their defensive line to get this stop.
Pepper throws it out to Redford. This time a little quicker, and Redford has just enough to get the first down, picks up 4. Douglas again out there on the stop far side, but Pepper continues his interceptionless day. Despite 2 more pass deflections from St. Louis, they're up to 12.
My goodness, yeah, exactly. And they've just done Tom Pepper a service by not, picking off a pass, which they've had 12 opportunities.
Halfway through the third, Pepper again looking for Redford. This time Redford with some space inside the 10, down to the 8-yard line, 5-yard pickup. Wrapped up by Mark Gronick. Gronick's 2nd tackle.
And there it was. There's the passes, 2 plays in a row to Robert Redford, and I thought we might see a little more of that in the second half. We didn't see much in the first half, and now they're starting to get that game plan going.
Killian on Law, top of the screen. Halfway through the third quarter, we have not had a score in the second half. Redford coming down near side of the screen with the catch. Inside the 5, spins away. That's maybe the first broken tackle or missed tackle that the St. Louis Gladiator has made on Redford today. He was only able to pick up 2. Redford very slow to get up. Needs help from a teammate. That's a little ominous.
Yeah, that is. You never want to see that, especially with a stud like Robert Redford, but that time, great job by Mark Gronick to play cleanup and get that tackle.
3rd and 3, Killian now in the slot. Redford, sidecar left of Pepper. That pass is caught by Killian for a touchdown. 1 point game.
1 point ball game, and just leaves the point after to maybe tie this up. And now we've seen Vancouver strike right back on this drive, and now it's St. Louis's turn to try to, respond and maybe not just quietly go out with a 3-play drive and then punt it. So we'll see.
Killian, 4 catches, 37 yards and a touchdown. Pepper now up to 165 yards, 20 for 34, 2 touchdowns, no picks, a QBR of 90.9. Still only averaging 4.9 yards per attempt, but he's getting better about taking what the St. Louis defense is giving him. With 4:44 to go in the third, Vancouver has scored 14 unanswered, and we're all tied.
Cam, I just did the math. 34 attempts, 20 completions for Tom Pepper, 12 pass deflections. So that's 32 passes accounted for. So just 2 were incomplete.
Yeah, that's a great point. I mean, it hasn't been drops by Vancouver. It hasn't been errant throws. When those passes are incomplete, that's been a direct St. Louis's defense has made a direct impact. Again, the up man ends up, or the up lady, I should say, ends up getting the return. That's Elsie Mondavi, who was returning kicks for this Gladiator team, now in Drew Riley's hands. First down at the 38.
St. Louis has to get a drive that gets points because they have been held to nothing in this second half, and they really are desperate for some points.
Man coverage here for Vancouver. And everybody is deep that's not on the screen. And wide open, left alone, Phil Koss all by himself to the St. Louis 49-yard line.
Yeah, how'd that happen? Looked like you mentioned before the play, man coverage, but Koss streaked across the field on the underneath route, caught that ball, and then turned up the field and picked up, at least 10 yards and picked up the first down. So great job by this offense so far, just starting this drive running.
Did you just see our statisticians with the perfect stat line up against the game? What an amazing job being done by Mark Lopez and Hattori Hanzo as Josh Farnsey knocks it away, brings up second down. Eagle Mondavi, the intended receiver.
Indeed, and that time just Mondavi couldn't quite catch it, and now St. Louis kind of threatening right here against Vancouver, but Vancouver's defense doing a great job in the second half to really limit and not allow St. Louis to score.
2nd and 10, 4:06 to go in the third. Brown, shotgun, split backs, back to pass. Brown going long, it's intercepted at the 34-yard line. Worst throw of the day for Christian Brown. Ashley Rose Finch continues her stellar day, and all the momentum now is with Vancouver.
Indeed it is, and if we thought any momentum was left on St. Louis's side, I believe it has squarely gone over to Vancouver, and Vancouver firmly in the driver's seat. And now, if they can put this drive together, they are definitely going to be, leaps and bounds ahead of St. Louis, where at least St. Louis needs to be to try to get a win. But great job by Vancouver not giving up and getting their 4th interception of the day.
Ashley Rose Finch's stat line: 7 tackles, 2 passes defended, and a pick. What a day for Rose Finch. 1st and 10 for Tom Pepper. With all the momentum on his side now in a tie football game, fires it over to James Walters. That's his 2nd catch, pickup of 8. That's been open all day.
Yeah, it has. They've left that middle of the field a little bit open, and so far, Tom Pepper has been able to target it in these past few drives, and really it's been effective.
2nd down, 2 yards to go, 3:33 to go in the third. Winner goes to the quarterfinals as Pepper flips it outside to Killian, caught for a first down of the St. Louis 39-yard line. Peltier on the tackle.
Yeah, right there, Tom Pepper just found the soft spot in the coverage, and they were able to pick that up, and now it's first down, and Vancouver very much, again, threatening on this drive, and they've been able to come out firing in the second half. That first half, they weren't having much luck, but this second half, totally different story.
And we haven't heard anything from Cairo Martinez here in the second half so far for St. Louis. Pepper deep, 7-step drop, pump fake. Now goes near side, picked off, and got a block. Law with the interception, past midfield, 40. Rogar Law, 20, 10. Redford won't catch him. Touchdown St. Louis on a pick six. Momentum flipped.
Finally, they get it. They, 12 times today, 13th time getting their hands on the ball. Law takes it back to the house, and you mentioned it right at that beginning of that interception, had blockers, and it really was those blockers that kind of led the way because Robert Redford was hot on his heels. Might have caught him, but no. Law gets past and gets that touchdown. They needed that. St. Louis now in the driver's seat. We had just mentioned how that momentum was in Vancouver's side. No, sir. St. Louis keeps the ball in their hands and gets the score.
Colin Douglas supplied the block on the interception return for a touchdown as the extra point is up and good, 24-17. And for those of you that don't know, every game that Mark Lopez stats, because Mark Lopez is a beast and can do three things at once, he has a bingo card to fill out for, just general SFL things. And he is one away from a bingo. And I have to ask Mark Lopez, has he gotten a bingo all season on some of this crazy stuff like overtime or one-handed grab or whatever? He says no. So very close to a bingo there. From the 13-yard line, D. Maddox return to the 31. That's just a little lighthearted fun. He's got two opportunities for a bingo, either the over wins or a one-handed grab. And right now, the over may win. 41 points.
Hey, you're right.
They need 14
Earlier
more.
in the game, we thought we might have saw that one-handed catch, but unfortunately it was incomplete. But now looks like that over may get that bingo as well.
2:38 to go in the third. St. Louis off the interception return for Law. Now back up by 7. Despite the offense not doing much here in the third quarter, that pass is caught by Hall, a 4-yard gain. Hall now 3 catches on 8 targets, gets a helping hand from the offensive lineman up front.
And so far was a great job to just get 4 yards. I mean, Vancouver has to get positive plays because they were driving that last drive, but then the interception that for the pick six, so we'll see.
That was Mike Newtones up front. Michael Percoco, also a pretty great offensive lineman here in Vancouver. Newtones plays the tackle. Percoco the guard on the left side. Redford takes a carry. Peltier on the stop will set up a 3rd and 4 with 1:55 to go in the third.
You mentioned the line, but so far it has been the St. Louis defensive line kind of winning up front other than the 2 big runs by Robert Redford.
Pepper to pass, 3rd and 4, right past the outstretched arms of the defender. That is Chris Curtis. Welcome to the ball game, Chris Curtis. His 3rd catch for 35, but his first in a long time.
Indeed. We haven't called his name in a little bit. We were looking for him to show up, and right there he does, and they needed that first down, and it seems like we call his name every now and again when it's just a first down they absolutely need, so great job showing up in a big spot.
Curtis targeted 4 times. That's his longest catch of the day, 17 yards. Matches the point total for Vancouver, down 7. St. Louis trying to win their first playoff game in franchise history tonight. From the Gladiator 47, wide open, Killian. First down to the 29-yard line. That's an 18-yard pickup. Drew really was a heat-seeking missile down there on the sideline, but could not get there in time.
You're right. That was absolutely a missile right there, but great job by Brett Killian to catch that and turn up the field, get that first down. They needed that in a big spot.
First down at the St. Louis 29-yard line. Flip outside to Robert Redford. Got some room. Past the 25. Robert Redford getting things moving now. An 8-yard pickup.
Yeah, 8-yard pickup, and 8 yards probably after contact, initial contact, because he got the spin cycle right there first off and then broke another tackle and then carried a couple of people for that big 8-yard gain.
Boy, we have saved the best for last here on Wild Card Weekend. What a game we have had here tonight in Canada. Three in the backfield for Pepper. Runs it to Redford on a stretch. Gets a great block from Killian and got the first down to the 19-yard line. Needed every ounce of Killian's blocking on that play to make it happen. End of the third quarter. St. Louis 24, Vancouver 17. If you leave the game now, you're just a fool. Start of the fourth quarter along with Hattori Hanzo, Mark Lopez on stats, Wade Phillips on analysis. I'm Cameron Irvine. Vancouver knocking on the door, trying to tie the game again as Redford can only pick up one. Kept the feet moving like the Energizer Bunny, but was running in quicksand. Ronick with the stop.
Yeah, he was just going and going and going. Unfortunately, going nowhere right there. Kept the legs churning, but couldn't quite find a hold. The gaps closed up in a hurry by this defense, just shutting down the running lanes.
APM Music is unrivaled music to bring your stories to life, inspiring every production with the world's most robust and consistently refreshed music collection. State of the art, as that pass is knocked away, technology and world-class customer service. APM Music is the official soundtrack of the Simulation Football League. To explore their library and to find the perfect tracks for your projects, visit apmmusic.com as Freeman Peltier swats that away in the flats. 3rd and 9 for Vancouver coming up. Now 8 of 14 on third down conversions. At one point they were 1 for 6.
Great job turning that around.
3rd and 9 at the 18. 4 wide for Pepper. Pepper fires far side, caught Curtis over the outstretched arm of the defender. 1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
It looked like Tom Pepper just floated that over to Curtis because it looked like the defense was right there to try to intercept it. Right
ball.
here, just jumps. We didn't quite see it on that replay, but Curtis does a great job catching it, turning upfield, and picking up the first down. So great job. And it looked like he might have, been a threat to score, but great job by the defense to stop him.
1st and goal at the 4. 10 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. 3 in the backfield for Pepper. 8 in the box for St. Louis. Going to flip it out to Redford. Redford is stopped in the backfield. A loss of 4 yards on the play. Colin Douglas makes yet another stop on Robert.
This defense has been doing a great, absolutely standout job stopping Robert Redford on those plays just like that because he lived on those plays all season long, and I can guarantee St. Louis's defense was keying off on those little swing routes because he is very, very dangerous.
6th tackle for loss today for St. Louis. Vancouver's defense has 0. 2nd and goal at the 8. Pass is knocked away. 4 different defenders in the end zone, but it's Colin Douglas with the knockdown.
This St. Louis defense, number 1 overall defense in the league this season, has been doing a great job today. Vancouver's offense, very prolific and has been held to 17 points up until the fourth quarter.
Another 3rd down for Vancouver. Now 3rd and goal at the 8-yard line. Pepper standing in an empty shotgun formation, goes in zone, touchdown, Vancouver, Dan Daly once more.
So that makes it 2 touchdowns for Dan Daly, almost nearing the century mark. But really, we started off where he was, 0 for 5, I want to say, but then turned it on to make it 6 of 13 13 targets, 6 receptions so far with 2 touchdowns. So absolutely fantastic day by Dan Daly to come alive in this second half.
That's amazing. Just like Vancouver turned around their third down conversions, they have now converted 8 of their last 9. But Dan Daly also had no catches on his first 5 targets and now has 6 grabs on his last 8.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic job. They really, the coaches for Vancouver did a great job scheming in this second half and finding what's working. And now we've got a tied ball game.
Mark Lopez is a touchdown away from his first bingo of the season. 15-yard line is where Drew really starts the return. Gets it up to the 33. And now the pressure is on St. Louis. They have not scored an offensive point in the second half. Fortunate to be tied after the Law pick 6. But this St. Louis offense has to get moving. Martinez just 2 carries in the entire second half.
Couldn't have said it better myself. They have to get something going. Their defense got them points in the second half, but offense has been toothless.
4 wide, empty to start the drive for Brown. Brown hit as he threw a wobbler, is incomplete. Again, Dillevue well covered. Kyler Murray was right in his back. 2nd and 10.
Yeah, it was a great job by the Vancouver defense. They're playing a zone, it looked like, and they left them a cushion to give them the illusion of an open pass, but that time, great job by Kyler Murray to close the distance and force the incompletion.
2 in the backfield here, tight set for St. Louis. Let's see if they can get Martinez rolling. 59 yards, 15 carries in the ball game. Handed off to Martinez, and nothing there. Only a pickup of a yard. Kevin Brackett drags him down from behind. Now a 3rd and long coming up for St. Louis. Just 2 for 6 on the day.
This is where you start to see those playmakers on the offense start to shine through. Who's going to step up in the fourth quarter and make this a lead?
St. Louis has had the ball 7 plays in the second half for 17 total yards of offense. Brown avoids a sack. It is intercepted, and getting up and running it is Ashley Rose Finch past the 45-40. Ashley Rose gets a block all the way down to the St. Louis 34-yard line. Oh, what a game for ARF.
Oh, Cam, how about this game that we're calling? I mean, my goodness, Ashley Rose Finch skies for the ball. Looks like just jumps that. Ooh, just skies it. Doesn't go out of bounds when she gets up. Then returns it for, what would you say, 30 yards right there on the return?
Yep, that's a pretty good estimate in my book. Vancouver, once more, they are at it again. They have been hounding St. Louis in the second half. Offense is struggling. Picks on back-to-back drives for St. Louis. They do not have a first down on offense in the second half. Pepper, 1st and 10, steps up in the pocket, floats one. It is caught by Killian. Brilliance from TP 16 to BK 12.
Our great stats crew brought up a point at halftime that Killian was really only targeted twice out of Pepper's 25 attempts, and that was at halftime. But now Killian has become way more involved in the second half and really come alive and has been setting up first downs for this offense.
Vancouver has scored on their last 2 drives. Pepper caught. Curtis, 9-yard gain to the 10. 7:55 left.
And now Chris Curtis gets another play, and now it's 2nd and 1. So really, if they can, pick up this first down, they're going to have a 1st and goal from just about, 10 yards out, 9 yards out, give or take. And really, so that'll set them up for, you could imagine, 4-down territory.
Pepper is 31 of 48 now for 268 yards. Makes it look effortless as he hands it off to Redford. This time got a first down just barely to the 9 as Nicholas Warner lays a shoulder into RR, but 7:20 and counting sets up a 1st and goal. Critical 1st and goal.
Absolutely. Do you think, partner, that maybe this defense of St. Louis, after getting that takeaway by the offense, is maybe getting a little, tired in the legs, and
Yeah.
that's why Vancouver's able to run up and down them.
Last drive for Vancouver was 12 plays. Radford all alone outside, gonna walk it in, and Vancouver has the lead.
Cam, is that their first lead of the game? I want to say it is.
It is.
Yeah, and now there is not a better time to come up with a lead in a ball game than the fourth quarter. And now all they have to do, which easier said than done, obviously, but if they can just run out this clock, maybe get a stop and hang on to the ball, they've got a great shot to come away with a victory.
6:59 to play, plenty of time, but man, Vancouver has been outstanding since towards the second quarter, and congratulations to Mark Lopez. He got his first bingo of the season. The over has hit with 6:59 to go. Oh, the extra point was almost blocked and somehow gets it away and puts Vancouver up 7.
I have to shout out our bingo card. I almost want to say that might have been some, special team shenanigans, because it looked like St. Louis got through and could have blocked it, but my goodness, they just didn't get their hands up. And really, the defense of St. Louis has not come out in a run-stopping defense in this game, almost like they're just trying to stop the pass.
It's been almost 2 years since Vancouver beat St. Louis back in February 23rd of 2020. The all-time series is 2-2, as really returns it to the 30, but St. Louis has won the last 2 ball games, including just in Week 10, 3 weeks ago, a 30-16 victory over Vancouver. But the Legion offense have figured out that Gladiator defense here in the second half. And now the pressure is on Christian Brown and this passing offense that ranks 17th in the SFL at 254 yards a game, but they can get it done in a pinch. They go 4 wide to start. Brown going long. It is caught by Mondavi. 30, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown for the Eagle.
I'm speechless, Cam. My goodness, we just thought, well, surely they're not down and out, but St. Louis responds right back. Eagle Mondavi takes that to the house, catches it, gets past the defense. Actually looked like the official played blocker for the defense and sprung Eagle Mondavi for the touchdown.
No first downs in the whole half, and they score on that bomb of a touchdown to Eagle Mondavi. That is Mondavi's first score of the day, and now up to 127 yards on 5 receptions.
70 yards, my goodness, partner.
All-important extra point is good, and we're tied again at 31. Tied at 24, tied at 17, tied at 31, Wade.
and Vancouver had the lead, and then St. Louis, ties it right back up. So, this has just been a brand new ball game so many times at this point in the game.
2 streaks hang in the balance. Vancouver is 4-0 in playoff openers. When the Legion have made the playoffs, St. Louis has never won a playoff game, and trying to win their first here tonight in 10 seasons as Dean Maddox returns it up to the 30.
And now Vancouver gets it, and they're going to try their absolute best to, get 7, because 3 points in this tied of a ball game, and which has just gone right over the over, is looking like it's going to be every point counts.
Again, 4 wide empty here on first down for Pepper. Fires it outside to Chris Curtis. That's a first down to the 42. First time we've seen Curtis get open on that route. And surprisingly, it has been the daily Curtis Killian show. Quiet day for Kendra Hall and Walters.
Indeed, and I've called Vancouver so many times this season, and Kendra Hall has shown up just huge in all the games, but this game fairly quiet, but it'll just makes me wonder if they're going to get her involved somehow.
31 all. Pepper, sidearm throw. There she is. Kendra Hall. First down to the St. Louis 42-yard line. Really on the tackle. 6 minutes and ticking.
Absolutely. She is just just way too good to be held in check this long. She gets free and gets the pass, gets the first down, and now Vancouver very much driving, and St. Louis is going to scramble and try to do what they can to get a stop here.
Under 6 to play. 3-2 defense against a heavy set. As Redford will take the carry. Strange defensive formation there for St. Louis. And Redford gets 9. Warner makes the tackle, but they were way outnumbered up front.
Absolutely. And how about this for ball control, Cam? 22 plays out of 26 plays in the last 6 drive have been complete. And that's just how long it's been chugging away at this clock.
72 yards now for Robert Redford on the ground, 92 all-purpose yards. Hand off to Redford once again, this time running right, got a block on the outside, 20, 15, 10. Robert Redford inside the 5, down to the 4-yard line.
And Cam, they've got to start at this point that they're so close. They've got to kind of burn some clock because you don't want to leave St. Louis the ability to have a giant chunk of yards like they did with Eagle Mondavi on one of their last plays, on the last drives, excuse me.
Redford over 100 on 12 carries, averaging 8.4 yards a clip. His touchdown came through the air. May he get another one here? Looking his way. Robert Redford fight for the end zone. Won't get there. Down to the 1. The clock continues to run with 4:35 to go.
I thought they might have a mismatch over on that left side, and it looked like St. Louis saw it as well and got enough defenders over there and closed down that side and stop Robert Redford before he could punch it into pay dirt.
Vancouver up to 75 offensive plays to St. Louis's 51. This defense is exhausted. Second and goal at the 1-yard line with 4:10 to go in the fourth quarter. The handoff goes to Robert Redford. Touchdown, Vancouver. Back up by 6.
And it's back and forth. And now Vancouver up again. Robert Redford punches it in. And really, this Vancouver offense has been playing lights out in this second half. And St. Louis just hasn't had much luck other than that last drive. But Vancouver, my goodness, it's just a slugfest, partner.
Tyler Falk said it best in the Twitch chat. Points explosion here in the fourth. And the difference, Wade, is that Vancouver has done it steadily. And the 6-play, 70-yard drive, 12-play, 71-yard drive. Whereas St. Louis hasn't picked up a first down unless you count the touchdown pass. Their offense has not given their defense a break for better or for worse. And now with 4:09 to go, Christian Brown's going to pull out some more magic.
Yeah, you said it, Cam. I was about to mention that as well. The offense of St. Louis just hasn't given their defense any time to rest on the sideline, and it's really shown by Vancouver, just exactly like you mentioned. They've just been able to pull off these just long, methodical drives that have, really worn out St. Louis's defense to where they just can't keep up with all these playmakers.
Really gets it up to the 28. 4:05 left. Let's run down some of the key players, what they've done today for St. Louis's offense. Christian Brown, 16 of 30 for 259. Those 5 interceptions is just so surprising because it doesn't really felt like 5 interceptions. Cairo Martinez has been very quiet in the second half, and they have been trailing now here in the fourth quarter, 60 yards on 16 carries. The leading receiver is Eagle Mondavi, 127 yards on 5 grabs. Christian Brown escapes and cannot get away. Loss of 5. Sack from Gerald Giudice. St. Louis now in no huddle. Brown out of the shotgun. Martinez to his left. Now Christian Brown going to change the play call with 3:46 to go. What's he going to audible to? A play fake after the sack, and they bid on it, and a first down for Guy Clausen to the 40-yard line.
The perfect play by Guy Clausen to catch that, turn up the field, pick up the first, and get out of bounds. That's exactly what they needed, because now that clock stops and they continue to get to drive down the field, because Vancouver's defense has been playing lights out in the second half, and St. Louis offense has just had almost zero luck except for that one drive that they got that quick score.
What a ballsy audible by Christian Brown to go play fake just after he had gotten sacked. Now he's changing the play again here. 1st and 10 at the 40. Brown taking over the game as that pass is caught on the Vancouver sideline right in front of Coach Hamilton. I wonder if we see a challenge.
Yeah, absolutely. He got the best look out of anybody in the stadium. And really, if he thinks he saw it, you can guarantee he's going to call that challenge.
No challenge from Coach Hamilton. 2nd down and 5. Lost one earlier in the ball game. Delavue's top of the screen. Mondavi's in the slot. Split backs for Christian Brown. Down 7 with 3:36 to go. He's been brilliant on this drive. Brown tried to go. Thought about going underneath. Then went long, and Drew Hamilton may have dropped the game winner. 3rd and 5.
For as great a game as Drew Hamilton's had, you know, Cam, he wants that ball back because that would just hit him right in the hands, and I think he might have saw the end zone before he caught the ball.
Canada field crowd on their feet. They have seen plenty of playoff thrillers here at home. This is no different. 3rd down and 5. Going outside. The pass a little late, Nick couldn't get there. Delavue again the target. Now it's 4th down. Dean Maddox swats it away.
And at this point, you almost have to think they've got to go for it because they're running out of time.
And they haven't been able to stop Vancouver either. You don't want to give that offense a chance at the football. They're going heavy here. 7 in the box for Vancouver on a 4th down and 5. Would St. Louis actually run it here? They will run it to Cairo, and Martinez won't get there. 1 yard short. Mark Lopez makes the stop. Vancouver's 3:25 away.
Mark Lopez makes a big play, and they're right there, comes through. Add that to the bingo board as well, partner. And now Mark Lopez gets that stop, and it stops St. Louis offense in their tracks. And now Vancouver gets this ball back, and you would think at this point they're just going to run out the clock.
Wow, now St. Louis needs a major stop from their defense. After failing to convert on 4th down, they flip it out to Redford. Redford is stopped for a 3-yard loss. That's Peltier out of the slot. Peltier and Douglas in the slot. Been doing wonders on RR today.
They have. Those cornerbacks have just been flying around making tackles, and they've needed it. This linebacker crew, as well as the secondary, have been just flying around making tackles, and really the defensive line just, they've had 4 sacks though. I will say that, but in the run game, just haven't had the best luck.
2:55 left. St. Louis needs a stop. Game not over yet, but they have really struggled to stop Vancouver here in the second half. Hand off to Redford. Oh, Redford stopped in the backfield. What a play by Igor Barbatov.
Yeah, that was a great job. I challenged them, and then they showed up and got the stop. And that was exactly what they needed. They need one more of those to force possibly the punt, because now what a great position for this defense. 3rd and 15, forcing Vancouver to have to get a big chunk of change for this 1st down.
And the stop in the backfield means they have to snap it before the 2-minute warning. St. Louis could get a stop without burning any of their timeouts, but they need it here on 3rd down and 15, showing man coverage. They bump him on the line. Pepper waiting for someone to get open, floats one down the field, knocked away, and at the 2-minute warning, St. Louis gets a stop, and they get the ball back. Vancouver's up 7, St. Louis going for the tie. Stay right here. Mark Lopez, Hattori Hanzo, Wade Phillips, and Cameron Irvine here with you on a phenomenal wild card finish. And watch out, because St. Louis had a top 10 punt block play, but no pressure on Vancouver. Haven't seen a lot of punts from the Legion since the first quarter. Really returns it up the 19-yard line, and St. Louis now has all 3 timeouts. They must go 81 yards in 1:49 seconds, and it's time for Christian Brown to grow up.
Yes, indeed. You said it. Time to grow up and really if there was ever a time for you to, come with just an excellent game plan and with all your ducks in a row, this is the time.
Out of the gun, that's how they're going to start. And they going long, and it is... No, he caught it! He caught it at the 38! Eagle Mondavi, you must be joking!
How, Cam? I don't know how he caught it.
No idea. They run slams over the middle. That's incomplete. Probably a blessing in disguise for St. Louis. I have no idea why
It just
or how.
blows my mind. Because, it looked like he had there were two defenders around him. Also, you blanket coverage, but hey, he goes up and the playmaker makes a play.
Second down and 10 at the 38 with 1:32 to go. Shotgun here for Brown. Brown fires short. That's caught. Guy cross into the 45-yard line. Sets up a 3rd down and 3. Check that. That was Eagle Mondavi. 1:20 to go. Brown throwing it outside. Oh, dangerous ball. Incomplete. 4th down. Arf again on the coverage.
That could have just sealed it right there, but hey, they've got life. And now it's 4th down. They've got to get at least 3 yards right here, and if they do, they've got life, especially with those 3 timeouts still in their pocket.
And that's important because if they don't convert, Vancouver would need a 1st down to ice the game. 4 wide here for Brown. Now 20 for 38 for 3:07 today, trying to convert for the 1st down. Steps into the pocket, and it's dropped! Christian Brown looking for a pass interference, not going to get one. Fernsey in coverage, let's get another look at it.
Yeah, targeted him, but the defense was right there. It looked like, it was Josh Barnesy right there just waiting for it. And they throw it to him, and just great job by the defense to not let them get the 1st down. And now Vancouver gets it right back, but St. Louis 3 timeouts. So Vancouver has to get, a 1st down here.
Elsie Mondavi targeted for the first time in the game. Couldn't come away with it. Josh Farnsey was standing right in front of her. Now Vancouver needs a 1st down. Pepper got nailed, and Redford only picks up 2.
That was a great job by the defense, not only blowing up Tom Pepper back there, but also the defense swarming to Robert Redford and not allowing him to pick up any more than 2. So great job. And now the Vancouver offense has to, do what they can to pick up just 1 1st down. That's all they need, 1 1st down, and they've got the game.
1:07 left. 2nd and 8. Hand off to Redford. Redford up the gut, got 5. Timeout St. Louis. This is the play.
1:03 left as well, so that's plenty of time. If St. Louis can get this stop, call the timeout, and force the punt, they have all the time that they need to possibly get it, because then, then you think out routes, a lot of plays that are going to get out of bounds and stop this clock, hurry up, all that.
Just 5 in the box for St. Louis on a 3rd down and 3. And they're going to throw it out to Redford. Redford chasing the sticks. He got there! Robert Redford sends Vancouver to the quarterfinals.
There was the playmaker that's been there all season long. Robert Redford, not only did he get to 1,000 yards on the season in this ball game, but right there, ices the game with the 1st down in the most predictable way by getting the pass, which makes it, 200 catches for him this year. Just joking, around 110, but still, just absolutely phenomenal day by Robert Redford to get this win, and this Vancouver team, great job.
I was going to say, that's a lot, even for Redford. Nice fake out there, Wade, but Vancouver is going to win, so that means Vancouver is going to go to Mexico City next week in a playoff rematch. That should be a stellar game. That means Arizona travels to Atlanta. Florida will welcome Charleston in an Atlantic Division rematch, and Las Vegas will go to Baltimore. Those teams have some history as well. Another victory formation here for Vancouver. We'll have your networks and times for those kickoffs coming up on Postgame with Mike and I. We will wrap up the entire day of postseason action. Tom Pepper takes a knee, and Vancouver, for the 5th straight time, wins a playoff opener. Now it's time to end a new streak, the 4 games they've lost in the second round. Vancouver celebrating tonight. They pull off a comeback victory, 38-31, in an epic thriller. Take it away, Wade. Wow, what a game.
Absolutely. You said it. What a game we just saw. Vancouver did a great job in the second half. The first half, hey, definitely show me something else, but that second half they did and ended up with over 400 yards on the ball game, which time of possession as well, 27 minutes versus 16 minutes for St. Louis. And that was, a huge part of that was, 5 interceptions? Yeah, 5 interceptions for Christian Brown really gave Vancouver's offense all the time, and which in turn really just ran St. Louis's defense ragged, and Vancouver got some easy touchdowns in the second half because St. Louis's defense was just gassed.
If this was your first Simulation Football League game today, oh man, you're in for a treat. We got plenty more action all year long. This is our 17th season, and Vancouver and St. Louis put on a show today. Raugar Law with the pick. Eagle Mondavi, you just think if they just could have gotten the stop, Wade, they had that 70-yard touchdown to Mondavi. If they could have dialed it up at the end of the game, maybe they would have forced overtime. But Robert Redford in the second half, man, he came to life. He was the X factor.
He did. He went from, single digits almost rushing yards in the first half to ending up with over 100 yards on the ground, and also not only a touchdown on the ground, but also a touchdown in the air. And that even bigger play near the end where he iced the game with that first down.
Yeah, just watching the highlights and taking a break.
Yeah, no doubt. You've had a long day, Cameron.
Unbelievable game, and what a play by Eagle Mondavi. Beat Finch there. Finch got the first one, but just back and forth. And St. Louis, when they needed it the most on 4th down, just couldn't execute.
Yeah, you're right. They just couldn't quite get over the hump. And really, they're going to really take this great season they had. 6-6, nothing to scoff at. And they made the playoffs and lose, one possession game in the playoffs. So absolutely a great job by this team. And if they can get a couple of return, most of their players return, they're going to have a chance.
St. Louis hasn't lost many blowouts. Atlanta and Baltimore got away from them, but they lost to Jacksonville by 3, Florida by 8, San Diego by 7, and Vancouver by 7 this season. They were really close, played a tough schedule, but the Gladiators, oh so close, will have to wait another year. Tom Pepper, player of the game, 38 of 56, 310 yards and 4 touchdowns. He ended with a QBR of 98. For Torrey Hanzo, Mark Lopez, and Wade Phillips, I'm Cameron Irvine. Coming up after the post game, we'll have game day wrap up with Mike and I. Don't go anywhere. We'll see you then. Welcome to Sim Football Postgame and Game Day Wrap-Up, along with Mike St. Green. Game Day Wrap-Up live, right? Mike, new and improved, I guess, whatever. But Vancouver and St. Louis, they're the real show today. They stole the show. Vancouver wins 38-31 in an absolute epic classic. Your initial thoughts, Mike?
Cam, have you remember the Vanessa Williams song, Save the Best for Last? I know it's not about ice cream, so I know you don't remember, but we saved the best for last in this game, Cam. I finally felt like we were watching a playoff game. This game was absolutely amazing, to be honest with you. And this is kind of typical of Vancouver. Once they reach the playoffs, they play these tough, amazing comeback games, overtime games, and this fits right in with Vancouver, what they've done over their playoff history, man. Great, basically comeback effort from them from the first half. I mean, from really the Dan Daly touchdown on, that Vancouver offense just clicked the remainder of the game.
It's disturbing how little I know about music, movies, and pop culture, right? Like, it's almost like there's something wrong with me.
Yeah, Cam, is more to the world than football and ice cream. That's all I can tell you.
I don't think so. I really don't think so. Just a tremendous game, and Vancouver just cannot play a boring first-round game. They have made the massive comeback against Atlanta. They have made the amazing plays against Jacksonville in overtime a couple of seasons in a row. I mean, this team, they make you sweat, but they're so fun to watch. It's unbelievable how fun they are to watch.
Yeah, Cam, out of respect for my Jacksonville brother, and I don't know if I want to bring up that exciting playoff win a few seasons ago that they happened to lose in overtime on the weird fumble play. I think that was season 14 that they still, kind of brood about in the Jacksonville locker room, I'm sure. But, man, yeah, Vancouver, if you want excitement, tune into a Vancouver playoff game.
And now they're going to go play Mexico City. That should be just an absolutely stellar game. But to touch on St. Louis, to touch on the game, rather, for just a moment.
Yeah.
So St. Louis was up 14-3. They were in control. And then they went up 17-3. And that touchdown at the end of the first half to Dan Daly, like you said, that gave Vancouver a chance to breathe and say, okay, we're going to be all right. We can move the football. It's not going to be like the Arizona game where we were just totally shut down. And who was the other team, Mike, that Vancouver had some trouble with? It was St. Louis.
St. Louis shut them down pretty much that first matchup. Yeah, it's
not going to be like those days. We were able to move the ball, and then I think the Hail Mary interception didn't help very much. And then they started by pinning St. Louis back deep. It just kind of seemed like Vancouver played their game in the second half, whereas St. Louis was playing their game in the first half. You could tell that the pace definitely switched.
Well, it's two players, Cam. We definitely can't go without mentioning, as you mentioned, as far as the second half goes. Ashley Rose Finch, her defensive play, really turned this game around for Vancouver and helping enable them shutting that St. Louis offense down. And then the other players is, of course, Robert Redford. I mean, he had a extremely great second half. We saw him get things going on the ground. Ended up with 106 yards rushing and a touchdown. I believe he had a touchdown catch as well. And we finally got a chance to see that balance that I was calling for from this Vancouver offense. And they got everyone involved. You didn't know if it was going to go to Killian, Daly, Hall got involved late in the second half. And before you knew it, Vancouver, they were on a roll and hard for St. Louis to stop.
St. Louis comes up on the losing end again of a playoff game. This one closer than they've ever been. But you got to like the direction of this team. They continue to improve steadily season after season. And even when it looked like they had lost a little magic earlier in the season, they kept coming back. Every time you'd put them down and put them away, they would put out a terrific performance, whether it was against Mexico City, whether it was against Louisiana, right? They would just come alive, and it was just like, wow, there's really something special about this St. Louis team.
Yeah.
And they get everybody involved. Clausen had a nice day. Koss, all of them. All of them were pretty tremendous. It's too bad that somebody had to lose this game.
Yeah, Cam, and this team has been together over the last couple seasons. This was the first season in a long, long while that they had to, same quarterback returning. Hopefully they can keep that going for next season. But a lot of these guys, they came in together season 15. They kept that locker room together to add them in with the veterans that they already had on the roster. They added Rawgar Law from Houston last season. He was the defensive rookie of the year, and it's a solid roster. So, yeah, too bad anyone had to lose this game. St. Louis, they were right there to get their first ever playoff win under their belt. But, going into season 18, they have to be, pretty optimistic about it. They've reached the playoffs 3 out of the last 4 seasons. So there's no reason to not go into that season 18 very optimistic about their possibilities.
What would have happened if you would have had to call this game tonight with that throat you got going on today?
I have no idea, Cam. It's baffling the heck out of me, that's for sure. But we're going to fight our way through it.
Hey, we're just making sure you're all right. That's all. Earlier in the day, as this was not the only game going on today, a victory for the Charleston Predators. They beat Los Angeles 29-10. But that game was pretty darn close. It was actually 10-9 in the third quarter. You hit it earlier today in a postgame, Mike, that the turn of the tide was a fourth down conversion or lack thereof for LA, and that swung everything.
Yeah, for a team that was, struggling on offense, this was kind of fitting right into LA's hands up until that point. And I was really kind of miffed as to why at that point of the game the coaches decided to go for that fourth down. I get it. You get that first down, you keep some momentum rolling, and maybe putting Charleston further behind the 8 ball. But Jack Brown came up with a huge stop, and man, Charleston just flipped the switch from there, and it seems like everything just went their way after that. I mean, absolutely nothing seemed to go LA's way after that play.
At the end of the day, LA's season felt like last season. They got off to a hot start. They were leading the division. They kind of faltered down the stretch. They end up blowing the division lead. They end up with a road game in the playoffs, and then they end up at home after the first round. They got to feel a little disappointed that after all of that, it was just, new verse, same as the first.
Yeah, they have to feel a little disappointed over there in that Lycans locker room. But, I mean, they've had a lot of turnover and turmoil early in the season. They fought their way through that. And as you mentioned, coming down the stretch, they were right there in line to win the division championship. Tough loss to San Diego last weekend, and put themselves in a situation where they had to go on the road. And yeah, man, they were so close, but yet so far away.
Their whole staff, Sully Richardson, Tom Rahman, Rochelle Colston, Ryan Yosef, they put in so many hours. I can't tell you. Every time I get on Discord, somebody's streaming a live sim because, they're trying to scout and make adjustments and do all that stuff. So I know this one hurt for LA. They'll be back. But Charleston gets their first playoff win in the Charleston Predators era, the same season that they had an ownership and coaching change. The Predators turn it all around. It's their first franchise victory since Indianapolis defeated San Antonio in season 10. And San Antonio was a team that was dead to rights. They were up for sale. It was the only time a team has been up for sale while being in the playoffs, and Indianapolis kind of took care of it. That Red Devil team actually with a lot of history, because then they played Tallahassee in the next round, and Tallahassee was unbeaten at the time, and a blocked punt actually helped Tallahassee eliminate Indianapolis. And that's about all we've heard from this Charleston franchise in the postseason since. They flamed out in the first round against Sioux Falls a couple of years ago. But this is a different team with an elite defense.
Yeah, different team for sure, and definitely an elite defense. Man, Corey Minner had a huge game today, a couple of interceptions, and probably one of the best interceptions we've seen at least all season, if not, in a long, long time, with that one-handed jumping, leaping interception that he had to pretty much put that game away. But, they're going up against the juggernaut next weekend in Florida. They played a few weeks ago. Charleston did play them tough, and hung in that game for a long time. Keith Swearigan had a big game, but, man, this Florida team has won 8 in a row. They're a different animal over there. a balanced attack. You don't know if you're going to get Bullet Boletsky. You don't know if you're going to get Veridon Zarkov, who's come on strong at the tight end spot here recently. Stephen Bush. I mean, just weapons all over the place. Great, solid defense. So the work is going to be cut out for him next weekend.
I'd say the odds are against them, but Charleston's playing with house money, so you never know what we're going to see. But they can take some lessons from the first round into the second round. Play your game.
Yeah.
Don't do any. Don't totally change who you are just to try to beat one team. Do what you do. Make some adjustments that may give you the best chance to win. And that one-handed interception, it wasn't. We see probably maybe one a week, Mike. Would you say the one-handed picks?
Yeah.
But the zip on the Richardson pass is what made that interception so ridiculous. I mean, that ball was zipping past him, and he just stuck out of hand, and it was like Velcro. It was unbelievable.
Yeah, it was just totally out of nowhere. Like I said, one of the most amazing plays we've seen all season on a very, very long time in the SFL, and it's probably deserving of a game ball, Cam. I don't know.
Dang it, Mike. No, I don't think so. I think you probably have some others that you might want to award. Hey, I will say that's the only play that got me out of my seat all weekend long, and I just called the Vancouver-St. Louis game. So that's how good that interception was.
I could have sworn it was the MSG late garbage time touchdown.
Oh, yeah, right.
I could have sworn that got you out of your seat.
Yeah, that may have gotten me out of my seat to go into the kitchen and get something to eat because the game was well and over, and you know it. Well, that answers my next question, Mike. If you were ready with game balls, it sounds like you are. So why don't you give us your first one? This is for Wild Card Weekend, so yesterday's games and today's.
Wild Card Weekend, yeah, it was amazing. We get two. That's what I was thinking. And my first one has to go to we're going to go to the London and Arizona game. It has to go to Ashley Jackson. She had a tremendous game yesterday. I want to say 43 out of 52, over 400 yards passing, 4 touchdowns. I mean, every time it was a big situation where she needed to convert a third down, she would find James Hands, Donnie Hands, Will Todd, you name it. Some of her other weapons. I think Roscoe Justice may even caught a ball. I'm not sure, but yeah, anybody that was a weapon on that team, she seemed to find them in a big situation. And I think only one interception to go along with all that. So yeah, a great game from Ashley, and Arizona deserved that win, and kudos to her.
Well, now I'm nervous because we only get 2, so you better – I don't want to take it from you. You better give it, though, with your next game ball. I'm going to go with Robert Redford because he put the team on his back. Robert Redford in the first half, every time he touched the ball, he was getting tackled on first contact. St. Louis was all over him. Great game plan. Great game plan from St. Louis. Vancouver scored 38 points, but the defense was on point from the Gladiators. They were making the tackles in the open field, and that was rattling the Vancouver offense. And then in the second half, Robert Redford started breaking the first tackle. And on third down, when they needed to ice the game, he broke a critical tackle to move the chains and get the first down. We haven't heard from Redford a lot in the last month. He said it himself on the interview. He's happy to take a back seat to this offense full of deep down the field weapons that Vancouver has developed over the last few seasons, but he was no backseat in the fourth quarter. He gets a game ball.
Yeah, Cam, as you mentioned, when we spoke with him a few weeks ago, yeah, he doesn't mind, not being in the spotlight all the time. But hey, what he said in this game, I'm not ready to go home. You guys just take a back seat over there, go have a seat, and I'm going to take care of this for you. And that's what superstars do. And Robert Redford is definitely a superstar. And as you mentioned, we didn't hear much from him at all in the first half. It really didn't seem like they were ever going to get him going. But man, he just all of a sudden just came out of nowhere, started making the plays that we're accustomed to seeing him make, and he's definitely deserving of that game ball.
All right, Mike, second game ball.
Cam, I'm going to stay with the quarterbacks, and this is going to be a rookie quarterback. Joseph Green, he struggled all season long, but man, he really stepped up in the game against Queen City yesterday. 3 touchdowns, 277 yards. And talking about comparing him to Ashley Jackson as far as making big plays on third down, keeping the sticks moving, keeping that Queen City offense off the field. I mean, he was finding Mason Kirby, John Blades, using all of his weapons in this game, and it was a great performance from a rookie going on the road against a solid team and leading his team to victory yesterday.
It amazes me his maturity from week 1 to now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it also amazes me, Mike, that Vegas and Charleston played in week 1, and that game was terrible. It was so bad. And there are 2 of the 8 teams left in the playoffs. We were just sitting there going, what in the world, 17-5? But it turns out that both teams had elite secondaries. Both teams may have been a little underrated coming into the season. And it just gave us a false impression, as week 1 often does across the league, of what teams are and who teams are. And man, Joseph Green is a fun player to watch. It's going to be really interesting to see what Vegas does against that Baltimore secondary, because Baltimore is going to make you stay patient. Vegas is not a very patient team. So that game could get out of hand very quickly, or who knows? I mean, Vegas has enough weapons to where they can make some noise in that game. So, yeah, Green is an incredible pick. Well, then I got to give it to him then. I'm going to go Corey Menor in Charleston for the best play of the whole weekend. That stab out of the air was a perfect exclamation point. It's been a long day. Exclamation point to the victory for Charleston. And it wasn't just that interception. Menor was terrific all day against Davius Reed. Johnny Bravo on the other side of the field was terrific against Chris Lee. You know, it's easy to blame Richardson or the offense or the play calling for the reason why Los Angeles scored 10 points. But honestly, you could also just tip your cap to a tremendous game plan from Charleston, which they have been doing all season long.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, man, Menor was all over the field today. Man, we may have to rename him Menor Island or something like that, because I mean, nothing was getting past the guy. Reed was shut down. Lee was shut down pretty much the entire game, and you can't mention him without mentioning Johnny Bravo on the other side. I mean, these guys were really complimenting each other on the corners, and man, good luck. Passing on these guys going further in the playoff next week with Florida. I know it's going to be a great matchup, but man, that secondary is second to none, really.
Bravo just said in the chat, Corey looks like a better receiver than MSG. Your response?
Well, I think I'm going to just let Bravo. I'm going to let Bravo have his moment. We take it on the chin.
There you go, Bravo.
You don't get me speechless too often. So I'll let Bravo have it, man. Congratulations on a great game by yourself. And we'll give him credit. You know what? He has tan arms, Cam. Corey does. So maybe. So he was doing his MSG impersonation like that by hitting the tanning bed and during the week or something.
I don't know. Hey, Mike St. Green speechless. It really was a great week on the football. so that's game day wrap up. Those are our game balls. That's Sunday. You can catch out Saturday's game day wrap up at the beginning of our game between Los Angeles and Charleston, and we'll clip it all together for you and get it up in a separate video in case you don't want to scroll through and try to find where we did it this week. But amazing set of games, and before we leave, we got to tell you who you're playing and when you're playing. So, starting Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern on Next Level Sports, that is the Atlanta Swarm hosting the Arizona Scorpions. 2 big markets, BDG, Ashley Jackson, Boo Chisholm, the whole cast and crew, Eddie Gage, Will Todd, all those folks going to be in Atlanta. That gets us started next week on TV. Then, Saturday at 4 Eastern on the SFL Network, you got Florida hosting Charleston, a divisional battle. Charleston will probably be a heavy dog in that game just because of their lack of playoff experience, given that Florida is a 3-time champion. But who knows? Like you said, Charleston hung in with Florida just about a month ago, and that game was a ball game all the way into the fourth quarter. So that is Saturday's schedule. Then Sunday at 1 Eastern, to start our For the Fans coverage. We've got Vancouver going to Mexico City on a Sunday afternoon, and then at Sunday at 3 Eastern, right after Vancouver and Mexico City, Baltimore hosts Las Vegas, and that will once again tell us what the semifinal, or I stand corrected, actually. The bracket is set, so Baltimore and Vegas will take on the winner of Vancouver and Mexico City. They both play Sunday, and then we will know the one side of the bracket semifinal. The winner of Florida-Charleston takes on the winner of Atlanta and Arizona. So your thoughts on the remaining 8 and the quarterfinal bracket as it stands now, seeding locked?
Wow, Cam, when you mentioned these matchups, the first one that really stood out to me, and really, I mean, they're all going to be great matchups. But man, I'm looking forward to that Arizona and Atlanta matchup. First thing I think about is Eddie Gage, the great mind of Eddie Gage going up against the great mind of Mark Chisholm. I know as soon as Mark just heard these matchups, he's already in the lab trying to figure out what to put together to stop this Eddie Gage offense, as well as what can he do to attack that defense. And I'm sure Eddie's doing the same thing. But man, that's the one matchup that I'm curious to see what that chess match is going to look like next weekend.
Yeah, I mean, maybe I'm biased because I just called a Vancouver game, but I'm in the Vancouver Mexico City tent. I can't wait to see what the Legion have against the Aztecs in a big playoff rematch. And Mexico City hasn't won since season 9. Vancouver's never won it. One of those teams is going to get to the semifinals, and that's a pretty big game for both squads. Florida, Baltimore, they should take care of business. They should, but you never know. I mean, Charleston and Vegas are playing the best football that they've been playing all season long. I believe both on a 3-game winning streak. Vegas took care of Lone Star and then beat Arizona, and now won their playoff game, and then Charleston took out Jacksonville, and I don't remember who they played in Week 11, but it doesn't much matter. They're in the quarterfinals with the rest of them. So that's the schedule. We'll have graphics for you once we can catch our breath here at SFL Studios, but those are the final 8 teams left, and it's going to be a good one. Final thoughts, Mike?
Yeah, I was going to say real quick about that Baltimore and Vegas matchup. To me, that's going to be very intriguing to see, because the matchup earlier this season had bad weather, raining in Baltimore.
That's right.
Joseph Green had one of the worst games he's had all season long, 34-0 shutout. I'm intrigued to see what adjustments that Vegas is going to make going back over to Baltimore and see if they can make a game of it this weekend. So next weekend. I'm excited to see what that matchup's going to look like.
Yeah, you're right. I had forgotten about that. That was a terrible showing from Vegas, and it was a wet and ugly game. And, what can Vegas do differently now that there's been a couple of months separating the two teams and a lot more film for each side. So that's going to be interesting and exciting, and we'll see you all then. Saturday, 1 Eastern, gets us started, Arizona and Atlanta. For Mike St. Green, I'm Cameron Irvine. This has been Game Day Wrap-Up, and this has been a wild card weekend. We'll see everybody on the other side. Have a great weekend.